studying, you know.
So are you studying out loud, kind of like are you studying like like outwardly? I mean, so people can hear you. Is it a very silent kind of?
Just reading in my spell book and going over and memorizing stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting
Sounds good.
prepared.
I love Monkey and Dark Lunar. Monkey's like a pillow, shocked face. Lunar's like a pillow, smiley face. Everyone's like a pillow. Yay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Commando, I think it'll be a lot of fun, man. I like the idea.
Okay. Now,
Fenorium, kill this monster while he is asleep.
that's right. Okay. Now, before I get to the library, Domdor, I'm sorry. What did you say you were doing?
Talking to the soldiers to get.
Oh, right. That's right.
Am I
So
just
you
passing
were already
on a
taken care of.
bench? Is
You
that
already
where I'm
taken
at,
care of.
just on the table?
Yeah, it's more like kind of like, like head on like table like that. Yeah. Very, very comfortable. You won't have any crick in your neck at all when you wake up like that.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, sure. That happens all the time. This is luxury, you know.
Awful face.
Exactly.
I got this wood imprint on his face from doing it so many times. Like, yeah, you know.
Okay, now Zynal and Cade, you guys make your way down, and you actually ask a couple directions. You have a couple servants.
I do grab a hunk of bread and cheese for the road, by the way.
Okay, well you were not there when the crate was pulled out though, so you actually don't know about the bread and
that's right. We
cheese.
headed right down to the library.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
right there.
none of that happens. So you were on your way down to Zynal, your stomach grumbling, and as you go down, you ask a couple of servants, and they kind of give you these weird looks, and one of them sort of waves in the direction roughly of the basement. So as you keep going down, you finally get down to the basement, and when you get down there, it's strange because you just see like this stone room, like it's a fairly small stone room. It's just there. So yeah, it's just a small stone room at the bottom of these stairs, and it seems to be empty.
And this was supposed to be the library, or
She ain't much the reading type.
Well,
apparently.
that's where they pointed her. They said it was, they pointed you in this direction, and you got to the bottom, and it just looks like bare stone walls and an open stone room.
Poke around a bit in the room.
yeah,
Okay, what are you poking around? Like, how are you poking around? What are you doing
Like,
like
specifically?
it's literally just this big open empty room. There's nothing in there at all.
Actually,
Correct.
it's a small room.
It's not very large. Correct.
Yeah.
Not very large.
No.
Like maybe 10 by 10. Not very large. And it's empty. Yes. And it's at the foot of these stairs, which is weird. There's not even a door leading to it. It's like the stairs lead right into this room.
Honestly, I want to check for anything like hidden, like switches or something. This is kind of silly.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
hold on. Zeno, if you don't mind, before he goes in, is it like dusty empty or clean empty?
Clean empty.
Yeah, I definitely.
Okay,
wanna start.
now let's take a look. Yes, I'm gonna do the same thing pretty
Yeah,
much.
there's
Odd
something
stones,
hidden here.
pegs or holes in the wall that look like they've been man-made,
Just
stuff like that.
you look at the two of them and like some random rivers like touching all the walls.
Okay. So both of you guys, I would like to make, please, an intelligence check. Are you, as you're doing this, like, what exactly are you guys, as you're checking, what's the nature of your check? Like,
I'm
what
just-
what each
I'm
specifically doing?
Yeah, I'm just checking walls for any loose stones, stuff like that. Kind of
Okay.
typical secret room kind of thing.
Okay.
Pretty much, I'll check the floor for plates. I'll check the walls as well. Like, we'll divide it up. He'll take one half. I'll take the other half.
Okay.
And,
You look very silly to any random person, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to give Cade, by nature of the fact that he is used to dealing sometimes with traps and things like that. So, Cade, I'm going to give you advantage on this, and what that means is you're going to roll 2 dice, 2 20-sided, and you will take the higher of the rolls.
thank you. I was going to ask you what the heck that meant.
That is what advantage means. You can also get disadvantage in the game as well, but this is advantage. Zynal, you will just get a straight-up intelligence roll. So both of you are doing intelligence rolls, but John, in your case, you're getting 2, and you
Yep.
take the higher.
Okay, I'm trying to do this now. If I hit separate on the die roller, it'll do them both as separate rolls. Is that correct?
Right. If you hit him twice, you'll roll 2.
Oh,
I
I was
got a
just-
14.
Okay.
Okay, 14 and no
hang on.
modifier, right?
No
Hang
modifier.
Okay.
One is a 3. That sucked. And the other one is a 6. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Outstanding.
Wow.
I had the disadvantage. Here.
Yes.
Damn these humans. And their
So
hidden things.
yeah, so Kate has absolutely no idea. Fortunately, though, Zynal, without too much difficulty, is able to find a very obviously out of color stone on one of the walls.
That's embarrassing.
So the walls are gray, and this is like brown, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, first I kind of want to see, like, feel around and see if anything. I mean, it's obviously it's loose or anything like that. Like, if it
Does not appear to be loose, but it is definitely out of place. It is the one stone that is colored this color.
I
One
just,
stone to hide them all.
Right.
I just kind of shrug at him and just kind of like, want to try it.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
I just-
now
I
he's
just-
pointed it out,
I
and,
just
and I say, well, of course we're blocking it the whole time. Of course I didn't see it. And I'll go and take a
Guys,
closer
I
look.
mean, if he has any objections, he could be trapped. Who knows? But I just kind
No,
of
it's exactly. Let me take
While
a
you guys are
closer
doing
look at it.
this, and since I'm blackout drunk anyways, I'm gonna go take care of what I got to do. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Because as soon as these guys do this, I'm gonna.
I mean, that's
gonna,
what I figure. I should.
I'm gonna take the break. Yep.
Because I'm freaking
Yeah, I'll do
passed
my
out. So.
snack break too.
Sounds good.
Our
right,
version
good.
is like a
I'm
pretty standard, push in and activate secret door kind of
Yeah,
thing.
you can do whatever you want. Do you want to try to push it or manipulate it, or what do you want to do?
I was just gonna give it a.
So you push it, and it actually sinks right back into the wall, and you hear this rumbling, and then the whole wall like pivots basically on its axis, and so you have to like back up quickly.
Yeah.
And then you're able to, and then you see that it opens onto a much larger room beyond.
Wow. Wait, that has stuff in it, right?
Yeah, well, it appears so, but you're not in there yet. It's also
yeah.
it's fairly dark in there.
Yeah, this was asking how well lit is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I semi-cautiously kind of look inside. I mean, why would it be hidden in the first place? You know.
Well, you can just make out from the dim light, because remember, you're in the basement already, so there's just like one torch down here, basically, one thing that's lit up. You can see the flickering light illuminates books on shelves.
Okay.
Hang
so
on. Arvite, get out my lantern and frickin' light the damn thing.
Ah, okay. Once you bring the lantern inside, you actually see that you're standing into, it is a larger room. It's actually about 30 by 30, so it's about, 3 times as large. And there are books on the shelves all over the place. And also there's something else unusual about the room if you notice it. Make another intelligence check for me. This one I'm going to give both of you advantage on it, though, because it's not that difficult to spot.
Come on. There we go. 17. Okay, I got 17 as my high.
Okay. Lennox?
Looks like a 2 and an 8, so I got you.
Okay. So you bang your head into the wall to your left. But fortunately, Cade...
Peg off.
Yeah, exactly. Fortunately, Cade sees it, though. You see that in the center of this room, there is a small depression in the floor, almost as if there was something that used to be in the center of this room that has been removed.
It's probably where the altar used to be.
Yeah, which isn't exactly the hidden away, couldn't find it kind of thing. Does it look vague? Does it look vaguely altar shaped?
From your extensive knowledge of altars, it's a fairly sizable rectangle.
Okay.
That's the depression. That's the impression in the ground. But beyond that, you don't know.
Could I
And the
check
floor has been swept clean several times, so you don't really see like dust moving anywhere or anything like that.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
could I like do any kind of check and just like because I'm pretty sure the altar was there.
Sure. Like what kind of a check do you want to do though? Like what are you?
I guess technically it would be a wisdom, wouldn't it?
Depends on what you're doing. What are you trying to do? Oh, you're trying to determine if that's where the altar was.
I'm just trying to.
There's no check to do. You can make a bit. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to be like, yep, that's altar impression. Like, there's no way that you can't tell that. But you can put 2 and 2 together though.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I do have a question on this.
Sure.
So, in the library, are the books dusty or are the books kept clean?
Books are kept clean.
Okay, so it's a pretty clean room.
Yes.
Okay, that is my question. All right.
Yes, and the door slid out of the way, not like it's been centuries since it's been open, not like that. I mean, it wasn't a musty smell either in the room. It's, and so there are these books on the shelves surrounding you.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and start looking at the books. Do we have like an extra lantern or a torch or something I could use?
Not for me.
I don't want to put the books with a torch, but
The lantern actually
Pick the
lights
high
up the room
shelves.
reasonably well. You
Take the high shelves, I'll
probably
pick the low ones.
Yeah, you probably are not going to want to light just an open torch in a room filled with paper.
yeah, that's
so
what I was thinking.
yeah.
some
you
sort
probably
of-
want to keep with the you'll probably want to keep with the lantern theme. You can't see every book. I mean, you have to walk up to the books with the lantern, but
Well, yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
kind of you're gonna look high. He'll lower it down. I'll look at the low ones. Basically,
Yeah.
looking for anything on the family. What?
Okay.
Crom family.
Anything about a core? Like, see if we can't see anything about coral or anything like that. See if we can find some kind of originated. We
Okay.
can like.
so
Actually-
both of you guys. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, real quick. I do want to because I do want to quantify this. I want to look for any book that looks more than well used, like it's been taken out, maybe pages are falling out, something that gets used a lot. Any
Okay.
of those, no matter what the topic is.
Okay, so there are definitely some books that look more used than the others, but there's none that is like, oh, this is the book that gets checked out all the time type of
Damn,
thing.
no
You know what I
secret
mean?
diary. Okay.
Nothing like that. However, you guys do find several tomes. Both of you guys can make wisdom checks for me, please. Just standard, straight up wisdom checks.
Damn you and wisdom. I have no bonus on that.
I think I have a -1 on.
Wow.
Yeah, I got
Big
it.
ol' 8. A big ol' 8.
Come on. Actually, I got a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
So
That's a -1.
yeah, as you guys are
So
looking,
you'll notice we're trading back and forth here, so let's keep that up.
Right?
so the good news is that you find something which makes reference to Crom, and you're able to make out what looks like sea or ocean or something related to, you know, like ocean and sea. The title. That's the good news. The bad news is that other than a couple of references to, you see Daggerford in there, you see Crom in there, you see different, like Crom pops up quite a bit, but otherwise it's in a bizarre language. It looks like an ancient language, and you're not entirely sure that it's a straight up language. It may be a magical language, it might be something, but it's clearly not a standard that you guys know, either one of you. But it's you know, it seems to be maybe connected somehow, but it might have nothing to do with it at all. It's just, you know, something about, you recognize water, Crom, Daggerford, and that's pretty much it. So.
What does the book looks like? Really old?
It does look really old, but well kept though, like not dusty or anything like that.
How old has
Okay, and-
Daggerfell been? How old has Daggerfell been around? Just real quick.
Daggerford has been around for quite some time.
Ford,
Yeah, Daggerford has been around for quite a number of years, actually. It's not ancient, though, but there were definitely people who lived, you know the way it is. They lived there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
other civilizations were built over them, etc. So.
Okay.
Okay. Were we able to find anything on the family's history, ancestry, anything like that?
Not per se. I mean, there were some things that have like boring lineages. You definitely find a couple of lineage books, like the Daggerfords back from like 5,000 century. You know, not that much, but like a couple centuries of Daggerfords. And you're able to find a couple of not very flattering books about the current Duke. The guy that I mentioned before, Duke Maldwyn Daggerford, that sort of have some not very positive things to say about him. One thing you find that's interesting is that there are a lot of people who think that his sister is the one who's actually his current master of arms, is the one who really should be in charge. Her name is Lady Morwen Daggerford. And this book anyway seems to suggest from the pages that you skim that she would be a better ruler for Daggerford than him. But the way that it works is that the eldest male is the one who takes over Daggerford. So, and this seems to be a pretty recent book from what you can tell, because it makes reference to the arrival of Sir Istival and stuff like that. So it's a fairly recent book.
It's a tabloid book.
Yes, more or less.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, so with that said, unless there's anything else you guys want to look for, I'm going to send you all to your respective beds, and I'm going to take a break quickly.
I did have one thing I wanted to look
Sure.
for in the books. Anything about the swamp itself?
Just general sort of flora and fauna. There's a couple of things that talk about lizard folk. You do find a couple of entries about lizard folk, about how but it's the same stuff basically the Baroness told you. They tend to be somewhat, they're not very much about the writing. You know, they're more about, they assemble in small tribes. They typically settle. There's sometimes some tribal battles, but they usually don't assemble in groups of more than like 40 or 50. Hundreds are unheard of, and certainly not coordinated attacks. They don't get along with humans. They're definitely hostile, but they mostly try to stay out of the way rather than go out of their way actively.
Okay, so there's no records of this unusual action at all?
Absolutely none. Not from your own personal history, nor from what you can check. Now, there's, you know, literally there's probably 1,000 books in this library, so you don't have time to read them all, but from quick skimming, that's what you can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
All right,
Sounds like
so let's take a break here. Before we do, let me just quickly say to chat, hi everybody. I hope you guys are having fun so far. This is the Ghost of Dragonspear Castle. This is night one of our session, our pen and paper session, starring the Infinity Beyond crew with Inaminatus, Optic Nerve, King Foom, myself, John Helfers, series runner currently being played by Lennox, Silver Lennox, and of course Sod, who is the new member to the crew. And we are playing through this. And if you have questions about the story, feel free to ask other people who've been chat who've been following. And we're going to take about a little bit over a 5-minute break, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay.
Yep.
Good, because I need to get out of my work clothes still.
like it matters because you're.
Because we have a picture why you know show me. And if you, by the way, if you guys like what you see and hear, please hit that follow button. That would be a big help. If you guys like what you see, please follow not just me, but all of these people, because other than John, all of these people are streamers. So please follow everybody. And actually, if someone in our stream would be so nice as to put everyone's links up, you already know where I am because you're here. But if you guys could follow me and all these people, that would be wonderful. Okay, we'll see you guys in about a little over 5.
See you in a few.
What's that? Told you that.
All right, muting. I'm gonna be on my. Can you cam entertainment while we wait? She wants food. Has Arv muted us, or can you guys still hear me? Out of interest. Hey. Hey. Oh yeah. He likes that. Oh, if you're interested, guys, you can do this. I don't know if it'll show, but will that show? No. Don't, Kitty, what are you doing? That is the weather in Sydney at the moment. It's a miserable, rainy day. It's been raining since last night. Look, what do you want now? Kitty? Yeah? Yeah? Kitty? Wants food? Kitty wants food? But she'll slowly walk over to there, which is where the food is. Or she'll go plonk. Look at that, look at that, look at that. There you go. Reach! 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 What is she doing? No, you can't have that. Anyway, let's put... it's got this weird clip. It's really hard. And hopefully I didn't break anything. Yeah, there we go.
That would be bad. That would be bad.
Indeed, cats. If you have cats on your stream, you immediately get an extra, like, 50 people. Don't make me do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll give you guys something really. If you like this, you guys like this. I do this on my stream occasionally. I don't know if you hear me. Have a couple. Put 'em there. There you go. There you go. That'll entertain everyone for hours.
There you go. Cat being fed.
Yep. Cat eating food. Let's go closer. Let's go closer. 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 Probably too close.
You're right up
Watch.
there.
Yeah, and spin. Spin. Turn around. Ah, yeah. She's harassing me for food as soon as I got up to go to the bathroom.
Well, of course. It's what they
Yeah,
do.
Lennox used to cast. He hasn't cast in a while because he moved, and he's still, you know, he's got work and stuff. Still setting himself up.
Damn that work. Yeah.
That reminds me, Lanks. How's everything with the move and the internet and all that? Did you get a good connection?
Yeah, everything's working great. I actually got much better internet than I had over there, so
Nice.
hopefully I've been able to play my games without any problems like I used to. Ugh, For anybody who may remember the problems that I used to have playing games.
All the problems. It seems to have all been transferred to Inom.
I used to cast a lot of Dark Souls speed runs, just some random stuff now and then, but I haven't. I just really haven't had the time. Work's been taking up any free time, and any days off, I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. So.
I love when the cat, she constantly goes in and out of the bowl sniffing to confirm that there's no food. Like she checks around the outside. Yep, back inside to make sure. Yep. Okay, there we go. It's been confirmed there's no more food.
Poke, you played Dark Souls 2 with me. That should be proof enough that I don't lag anymore.
The fancier bowl.
Checking the floor, make sure there's no food on the ground. I should do this too. Don't go into the light. It's a trap. Lily, no, don't go in. The lights. No. Turn away. Oh yeah, for anyone who wants to know, it is currently 12:43 p.m. here in Sydney. So it's just around lunch, and I am
That
hungry.
is a lot of sunlight there. Yeah, exactly.
It's actually not sunlight because it's cloudy.
No.
The amount of glare I get because I've got there's a lot of walls. You can't see them, but there's lots of walls just out there. So all the light reflects off that.
Ah. There you
Is
go.
my character the oldest? I don't know. I'm assuming the elf would be the oldest, maybe.
Maybe. I think I'm like 23.
I'm middle-aged, my character.
Oh, you might be the oldest then, dude. I'm not sure. I'm not sure
I'm-
the elf is all that old.
I think I made myself 90, what was it, 92. And dwarves go to about 200 years old, so I'm about middle-aged.
Hey, someone's gotta. Sod. Oh, oh yeah, I think we have his sheet up, my sheet up, and I don't know the rest of them. Use the human page. Okay, so I got that right, didn't I? Yep. Okay, good.
So I am the
Yeah.
oldest.
Well, so far, yes.
I don't know. I'm pretty old over here.
Okay. Loud one, how's it going?
Look, she's over where the food is. That cupboard right in front of her is where the food is. She's already had some food. Urgh.
Yeah, it was like a snack. Come on, you know cats don't have just a snack.
Oh, I
That
linked
is
the
true.
I linked the character sheet. It's mostly done. There's a few things I still need to put in.
Okay, thank you.
I also, need to
Also,
make
guys,
sure
I
actually
recommend you use type in the URL goo.gl. It's like Google's URL shortener, and you can basically make a shorter version of your link. You sign in with your Google account, and you can make a shorter version.
How?
Oh, I'll put it in Skype.
Okay.
Well, should do that. It's basically Google's URL shortener, so you can, because you know the Google Doc link is massive. That shrinks it down.
Oh.
You basically just put the link in. The message.
Okay.
Sorry.
For example, mine is that. That's my URL.
Oh, okay. Here we go. There's this one. That's mine.
So, and how do you find that again?
Just goo.gl.
Yeah, just be wary that Monkey Commando, his link, I don't know if it gets updated. I think those are static. Because mine, if you guys go to my sheet, you'll actually see I've got notes that I've been editing. I don't know if they've been updated. Let's have a look. Notes. Oh, they have been updated actually. I don't know if it's up to date. Let's test. Testing. Let's see what happens. It may just be a link. Let's close that. Refresh.
You know what? It is a link. Yeah, it's just like a mass link.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that. You can just use that.
And then you can
better.
geo.gl that link, and then you have all of it in a tiny link.
Yeah, Monkey, do that. Or we can do it.
But why not both?
How long have we been playing for? I believe it's been. Where's the timer? Where's that timer? Brr.
About ish
3
hours.
3 hours. That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It hasn't felt like 3 hours.
No, it has felt like 3 hours.
To get started was
I
kind of
felt
a
it.
pain in the.
Oh, well, I showed up. I showed up at like 9.
Oh no, it wasn't, dude. It wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
2.5.
We had,
Say 2.5. 2.5.
yeah, we had frickin' our usual technical difficulties.
Tech issues. It's just everything. Look, she's gonna go into the light again. No. Don't go.
18. Ah, good.
Yeah, because
You
I
are
literally
well
like
armed.
I got home, sat down, saw our stream went, and saw the chat on Skype and jumped in. I didn't even change it on my mark. I was like, I know I'm late. I'm just gonna jump in.
Oh, good. We have a long bow and a short bow. Excellent.
Yep, I've got a heavy
I'm
crossbow.
awesome. Okay, good. We are like totally missile weapon. Dude, you wrote wheatstone. I think you mean whetstone.
Did I actually?
Did I write Wheatstone?
I did. I
Although if you have something that can make that, that'd
Alright.
be pretty handy. So.
yeah, no joke, right?
That's funny. Yeah.
That's a rogue A there.
Yep.
That.
So cool. All right. So the crossbow. Yeah. Excellent. And that means we have like a wall of missiles.
I just
like
noticed
that.
my weight is way too. It's like
Well,
7.41 pounds too. Oh no, wait, that's the gold. Never mind. I misread it. I misread
well,
it.
my because I'm using a crossbow, which means like I'm not really proficient. Because my dex is so low, I'm not going to get really good attack bonus with the crossbow. But I can use it if needed. It's basically for really long range battles.
Mhm.
I've got light hammers to throw at medium range, and a great axe just to smash things.
For
Excellent.
me, as a fighter, I just
Excellent.
get a +2 to like every weapon. I could use every weapon, so
Yeah. But
Wow.
but that's only but that doesn't count for damage. It's only just
no,
an
that's
attack.
the hit. That's the hit.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow. Yeah. See, the scary part is with this whole finesse deal. As the halfling, I actually get, and I thought this was a misprint at first. I get a +4 to hit because I get a +1, and then the finesse allows you to use your dex bonus, and then the finesse also allows you to use it for damage too. So +3 damage with short swords and daggers. I don't ever hope to be that close range on people, but if I have to, So yeah, I was like, this. I was looking all over in the document that Arv sent. I'm like, this has got to be a typo. I'm like, oh, it's finesse. That's why. So. Yeah. But I'll be really good once you guys have entered into combat with something else and going to stab them and do like, that's now what I guess a sneak attack is. Someone else has to be engaged with them within 5 feet, and then if I step in, I can do an extra d6 damage if I hit.
Yeah, I
so.
read that. That's pretty cool. I like the sneak attack change.
I do like how they've redone the rogue in this one. It seems very... These all seem pretty balanced, all what I can tell. I mean, mine seems a little crazy, but...
Simplified and balanced.
Yeah, exactly. So I found out what that was my only question. What does advantage mean, and what does disadvantaged mean?
Okay, advantage is basically you get to roll 2 dice and you pick
Right.
the highest, and disadvantage is
Right.
the opposite. So you roll 2 dice and you pick the lowest. And
okay.
So that includes
Gotcha.
weaknesses as well.
Yeah.
If you're a weakness or resistant.
Right.
Well,
Well,
so I'm
you know,
resistant to poison, so I'll roll 2 if any
oh,
poison
neat. Okay, interesting.
affects me.
Well, apparently I'm lucky, so
All right.
whenever I get a 1, I get to
Laundry
re-roll it. But I have
in.
to, I have to
Dog
look at
walked
one.
around the block.
Good job,
Well
Finn.
done. You missed
Yeah.
all the
Dish is
backstory.
done.
You missed me feeding my cat just to entertain everyone while you were all.
You missed
AFK.
the first battle.
Okay. Anyways, give me a second to go throw some water in my face here. That was quick.
And open up a can.
I'll
I
be
heard
ready to go.
that. Or was that your nom?
That wasn't me.
That was me.
That would be me.
Not I. But hold on, give me literally 2 minutes here. I just gotta catch my breath.
Yeah, yeah, you don't have to.
If there's a light noise, I apologize. That's me muting my mic because I'm munching on
30
it.
minutes? It took like 20 minutes, you boob. Hold on, that was a lot of stuff. I feel good. Well, I'll be right back though.
Food keeping fit.
Yeah.
Also, do you understand the hit die for healing and all that? Do you?
Oh, yeah. I've been a gamer. I've been doing this
I
since
just
second ed.
noticed what Arv
so-
changed it to. That's great.
Yeah, that's a great one. Exactly. No, it's not. I've been playing this like let's see, Advanced Rules box set, the light blue box set, way back in the day. So I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable with it. Yeah, these are just iterations, variations on a theme, more or less. How about yourself?
I played AD&D when I was like a kid, so I don't remember any
Yep.
of it.
Oh, yeah, I don't
And
remember
then-
any of it, but I played it.
I would, dude. I was like 5-6 years old, so it was a
The
while.
only thing
And
I was like, I think when Alpha class was still a thing.
couldn't
Well,
hear
it still is. It depends
And
on.
I played 4E University with Domdor. Domdor is actually a character from that. It's my dwarf.
Ah, okay.
So I thought I'd continue on kind of with him because I like him.
Yep, absolutely. If I wasn't playing this, I'd probably be playing a ranger now, but I'm not sure. We didn't get the option, so. Angle got changed suddenly. What? I didn't do nothing. What are you talking about?
Not even in the camera. Let's see here.
No, he said what happened to my camera? Like the angle got changed. I don't know what he's talking about.
It looks like it's switched.
Oh,
to
my cat's
Arv's
gone.
setup.
Oh,
for
it's
some reason.
Arv's. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got John in Optic's spot. Optic left the call. He must or something.
Oh.
Something got
I,
jumped.
I got a
made it jump around.
promotion. Yeah.
You're the DM.
Oh yeah, and now Xeno's like, yeah, that got. I think
Nope.
that's what. I don't know. Xeno Revelous, hilarious. Xynal. Sounds like something wrong with your nose. I got a problem with my Xynal bone. It's acting up. I don't know what's wrong with it. That's what it sounds like to me. So.
I just noticed how round I am compared to everyone else. My face shape is round. Everyone else is more oval.
I mean, I'm just a famous actor with a meme around me, so I mean. I'm
Well,
just-
Arv's
You
wearing
know,
a hat.
Arv, if you can hear me right now, I would say we don't really have to fill up the entire book if we look not stretched. I think that would probably be better than filling up the entire book.
yeah.
Isotolbo as well.
I know he's goofing around. I don't know what he's doing.
Doppelganger.
It's obviously here. It's just a matter of whether or not you can hear me.
I mean, the gentleman. Is there? Could he adjust the books with the UI changes or whatever? But I don't know.
Yep, Sotolbo.
Yeah,
you
he
go
said
bold.
he's gonna fix the layout.
Like,
So.
look at this. I'm bold.
Your face didn't.
Seriously,
have...
why'd
you do
cut
this?
my hair. Last time I cut my hair was January, and look, that's how much it's regrown. I shit you not. I
That
shit
is
you
amazing. That is
not. I'm going
amazing.
bald. That's how bad it is.
Bum bum ba dum. Wow.
So my beard will just go.
You already haven't sent a new one. Arv, update your UI.
Your faces are final. I said I fixed the layout. Gentlemen, you're doing a great job on this. Don't worry about it. This is pretty damn cool.
Hello, people. You want me to? You really? I know he sent the thing to me, and I figured he was going to have it in place for tomorrow's session. But I mean, I can try to fix it now if you want.
I mean, we're on break.
No,
You might as
no. Well, most people are going to come back in like 2 minutes, so I wouldn't try it unless it's going to be like a 2-minute fix.
It's honestly not that.
Hey, all you gotta do
It does not
Yeah.
take that long to fix a.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
let me
you
see if I
literally
can.
just change the picture. That's all it is.
We're gonna wait for everyone to come back as well.
Okay,
so you-
let me see if I can get that down.
You might have to
And
adjust.
it's better to get this done now while we have people to critique it, make sure it's all.
That's very true.
Also, let me just quickly say, by the way, because of course the follower notification thing isn't working yet on this. Thanks, Knight. I would like to thank Doughboy, Venger VS, MPR, MMORPG69, Mad Pagan, Drist Doerden, of course. What's up, Drist? Freebird TV, Any Dave, Kenji Goomba, Dude Abides, Maddie 1B, HB33 Green, and 1NF3573D. Thank you guys all for the follows. I appreciate it very much.
He's actually a friend of mine.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I told him about it, and he's coming to follow.
Several of those were definitely like, really?
Shout outs to Maddie.
Yeah, I know. NPR is. I was like, NPR, really?
But by the way, Optic,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
right. Yeah, that's right. I wished him happy birthday on Facebook, and then I forgot.
Is Glog here? Is Glog here? We've got to make sure.
Yeah, it's Glog's birthday too, by the way.
Glog's
Oh, is
birthday
it?
too. Yeah.
Here, I have a
Yep.
muffin, good friend.
Damn it, Glog. He's not here. He said he'd be here.
He was around earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had a. Cause he's
So
going to
wait,
his
wait,
birthday
wait.
party. He's DJing at his birthday party or something like that, and then he'll be back.
Ah.
He said.
Okay.
Is it
So-
Sod and Glog and Optic's birthday? Is that
No,
what
it's not
so-
my birthday.
Oh, it's not Sod.
So
So
I was
it's
like, wait,
just-
Sod too? Oh, okay.
So
No,
it's
no,
just
no,
Optic
Glog.
and Glog?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I was confused earlier. I thought you said that you shared the birthday with Glog. I didn't know you meant like Optic shared the birthday.
No.
The Glog.
Okay, this is the new updated layout as of a few minutes ago, so I'm just getting it set up here.
Yeah, the books are a little skinny.
Looks like the books are a little... Yeah, and again, gentlemen, thank you so much, gentlemen, for... can we get some love for gentlemen in chat for doing this?
Absolutely, man. Awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, man. So hey, PS4 takes PayPal now. That's pretty slick.
Oh, yes, finally. Yes.
That is pretty cool.
I don't
mean,
know why that wasn't a thing that was done a long time ago.
As in
but-
PSN takes it, basically,
Yeah,
meaning?
yep,
Okay.
yep.
God damn it.
I know the announcement was for PS4, but I
Yeah,
would
they
assume
just
PSN.
recently added. They recently
Oh.
let
Damn it.
the PlayStation Sony Entertainment thing allow PayPal. I forgot what's their online platform on the web?
Sony
It's like-
something.
Oh,
something.
Sony's SEO or something.
Oh yeah, Sony
Yeah.
Online, Sony Entertainment Online or something like that.
Yeah, they only allowed that recently to have PayPal, so I'm happy that they're finally allowing different types of payment.
And maybe in another, like, I don't know, 8-9 years or so, we'll get Google Wallet and Amazon payments
Yep.
on there as well.
What a wonderful future awaits us all.
Well, I mean, it is a step though. Instead of like moon money from Microsoft and then PSN car, it's a step in the right direction. Anywho.
I am
Moon
very
money.
glad that the moon money has kind of died off.
I still see moon money out there though. I thought they were just going to totally get rid of it, and I still
Oh
now
no,
it's like
there's
they
still
show
local
both now.
offerings.
What's up,
Yeah.
'cause
Satoba?
I would assume it's because people probably still have Microsoft points cards or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, essentially what it is yeah, there's points cards that haven't been used, and on top of that, they have there are people that have outstanding moon money balances, and there's no real conversion rate. Like the whole reason why you do moon money is that it's universal. It's the moon money across whatever your
Right.
currency is. But if you're living in different regions and you have your moon monies, trying to convert that, there is an exchange rate that would have to be figured out.
This is the part where I say I have never heard of moon money in my life. I
It's
have
the
no idea what you're talking about.
Microsoft,
Microsoft
points,
points.
man.
We
Oh,
just
okay.
call it moon money because there's like Microsoft points and like every MMO ever. also
And then
has
and
Oh.
then money
its own
and then
thing.
real
I've been
money.
a member alive
Microsoft is
since
on
day
top.
one and never heard of moon money.
Yeah, I was like,
Really?
I was like, I was like,
I
wow.
haven't heard the term, so.
I will say, what was it? The only reason I actually this is just like going back a little bit for the like Sony on time, Dragon's Prophet. It's the only reason I even remember that.
Yep.
Did anybody know what happened with that?
I haven't even seen updates in forever.
I haven't either, man.
It went free to play, and then that's it. I think that's all I've heard.
Okay.
It's been-
Cool. I think that's more or less
This is
together.
fun.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's a good improvement. Yeah. So again, gentleman has done this, and I think it looks badass. I think you did a great job. And it's interesting because the first mock-up, I was like, yes, awesome. I was like, tweak it, but like this is amazing. So, yeah, I really dig it. So,
And the one thing too, are maybe for tomorrow, the thing that people are dying to see is dice rolls. You gotta find a way to get that up there.
right. Well, so I don't. Yeah. Can you guys roll a few dice for me right now? I don't know why that's not showing up the way I had it. The way I had it set.
Yeah, there goes.
And make
mine.
sure everyone has 3D dice.
Whoa! How did I shoot?
See,
that
that's
was
what it's
fine.
supposed to do right now.
A few dice.
Yeah,
huh?
it's been working fine for me, so I don't know.
Why is
Oh, it's
my-
100. Kablamo!
So
For
was
some
it showing
reason
up on
mine
your
aren't
stream?
rolling.
I'm seeing mine.
Make sure you go in the
Yeah.
config thing and make sure it's 3D dice. You know.
10d4.
Oh, okay.
Kablamo.
3. Yeah, it's just
Weird.
not letting me roll at all. It's weird.
This
Looks
is really
like-
cool.
By the
Yeah,
way,
you
I
can
noticed
eat-
also Satobo in chat.
Oh, there are all of mine.
I wanted to say hi to Satobo, and I want to remind everyone again that Satobo and I are going to be doing a panel on Icarus, which is my novel being turned into a graphic novel. I did a Kickstarter. A lot of you wonderful people supported. We're going to be doing at Philly Comic-Con, which is the third largest Comic-Con in the United States, on June 19th. We are going to be on a panel about Icarus at Philly Comic-Con. So if any of you guys are in the Philadelphia area, we would love to meet any or all of you, and it will be Satobo and myself, because Satobo is doing the game side of Icarus. So wanted to mention.
Let me get my
Very
kit
cool.
back on. Is that me rolling? Who's the yellow? Oh God,
That's me.
we're
I tried
very.
rolling.
you-
Let me try a
get-
few
get-
rolls.
Get your yellow out of here.
Yeah, yellow is my dice.
Fine, I'll change my color.
I just wish I could restrict an area within which
Don't
the
let
dice
new guy
rolls.
make you change your color. He has to change his color.
Let me. No, I'll change your mind. Well,
Okay, good. No, change it
It's-
because now I'm like salmon or something. I don't know what the hell that is.
Kablamo.
I want to steal blue.
I'll work
That's
on
why you
making
kept-
it so
you're
that I
not
can...
gonna-
It's
ma'am.
still blue. You're
I
the
want-
you're
I want
your
blue.
rotation.
I want
You've got
blue.
bitch slot. You get out of here.
I want here, bright blue. There you go.
Yeah, the problem is that sometimes they fall into the photos, and I don't have the photos captured because that would be bad for obvious
I think you
reasons.
should
Wow.
just capture. I think you might have to just capture the column of dice rolls.
Yeah, that might be better.
The column of dice rolls, really?
I'm all right with the numbers.
The
Hmm.
numbers.
That way,
right.
Okay.
That way they can
Okay,
actually-
I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, that's not a problem. I can.
Roll for dice colors. Yeah.
Actually, they don't need to see. Yeah, they should actually
But
be
then
seeing the
you might
results
have to
more.
then rearrange the.
I
Might
wouldn't say
have
it's
to-
anything you need to mess with right now, but just
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
there's been a lot of people like I want to see the dice rolls.
Yeah, I'll remove the dice roller part and I'll put in the chat part instead. Because I think that makes more sense.
There's no D100. I was actually curious.
There's a
The other
D100.
is at the very bottom.
No,
Hit
well,
your
it's
arrows.
like- I was talking
There-
about the
There's
Like,
no
for the-
physical, well, 3D.
Oh,
dice.
like a
Oh,
yeah. No.
It's just a
no.
D10 thing. No, they're not. I don't know what they do for it.
I have never actually rolled one of those ever. Do they ever stop
Me neither.
rolling?
Eventually,
Like, do you have to have
Eventually.
like a border to stop that thing, or how does that work?
it helps. Yeah, it does.
There we go.
Because the angles are so. I mean, the faces are so shallow. It's not
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
You know,
Oh wow, that's
good.
I should-
Good to put it into a box. You know, and let it roll around there and stop.
There we go. Okay, cool.
That's a lot of rolling blurbs.
I like doing that. It's fun.
Wah!
It's a lot of fun.
All of a sudden, Lanix's whole game, boom! Like it just- and that
You
was the
can,
last we saw of Lanix. Good game, Lanix. GG.
That in the options, like in the settings or whatever, the dice blurb is the same as the chat one. So if you uncheck enabled background chat beep, that'll get rid of the dice blurb as well. It was too much for me.
One other thing I wanted to just say quickly too before we get back underway is to remind everyone of the 6 people playing. So I'm just going to have us quickly reintroduce. In Aminatus, name and rank, please. No, you know.
Nominatus, I'm playing Solo Rain. He is our human mage in the party.
Excellent. Optic Nerve Productions.
I'm Optic Nerve. I'm playing the Genie Verglass. I'm the Elven Mage of the party.
King Foom.
Fing Muficus. I am a human cleric that likes to drink and loves long walks on the beaches. Also, my favorite color is blue.
If you
I
like
think I'm
pina colada, sorry,
I'm a Pisces. I'm compatible with.
I love smoothies. Yes, John, Mr. John Helfers.
I'm playing Cade Marmatus, the Halfling Rogue.
Excellent. Mr. One does not simply take a normal webcam photo. Series runner stand-in Silver Lennox.
I would be Xylo Revelus, the human fighter.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, all the way from Australia, right for your enjoyment, Sod.
That is correct. I'm Sod with an underscore, and I'm playing the dwarf fighter Domdor Grumblehammer.
And actually, gentlemen, I don't know if you thought about this, but if there was a way that we could maybe, without screwing up the line, I mean, I like the way it looks, the name plates below each picture, but if there was a way that we could get their, like, I don't know, maybe their name on top and the character name on bottom or something. I don't know. Something like that would be cool just so people would have that name as well. It's not for my confusion because I have their list anyway, but just for other stuff. And I also did not show off my favorite...
Sitobo, please PM me at your earliest convenience.
Oh, hey. Love is in the air. I also forgot to show off my awesome shirt, one of my favorites. This is my Carpe Diem Seize the DM shirt.
Nice.
Seize the Dungeon Master
Nice,
shirt. Yeah.
Yes.
Gen Con special.
And burn him.
And burn him. Okay. All right, boys. Chat. Chat, are you people ready for us to reconvene here? Are you ready to get back underway?
I wanted to suggest.
So what did I miss? I was blackout. Now are we up yet? Because I'll save this for RP. Are we awake? Is it the next day? What
you are
I don't want to
sleeping.
know what happened, but
Oh, I was gonna say you were sleeping, but you could actually hear from the library goers. They could tell you what happened.
Would someone want to bring up a point before we get started? I thought someone wanted to say something.
I was gonna say with the UI looking to get like the character names, you could also get like a little icon, like a sword for the fighter, a little staff for mage or something like that.
Oh,
and
that's a cool idea.
Like class, little icon.
That's a
cool.
cool idea. That is
Anyway.
another bit of grist for the
Okay.
mill. There you go, Guapo. I don't want to go much higher than that music-wise because I don't want it to overwhelm everything else. But let's see. I am backwards.
now I
Yeah,
just saw you
I'm
go.
mirrored. I don't know why it's doing that, Thorg. I don't know why it's mirrored.
Yeah, it's a
Actually-
little strange.
Oh wait, maybe I can configure it. Hold on.
Can you
There's a way to
not hear
configure
anything?
Yeah,
it.
just go into your webcam settings.
Mirrors or
Yeah, but
mirrors?
see, I'm not capturing with
No,
webcam. It's
in
window
roll,
capture.
In Roll20, it does it automatically because it was confusing me. I'm like, something was on my eye. but
Yeah.
it was like the wrong. I'm used to
Yeah.
like mirroring. And I'm like, what the hell?
So just imagine that I'm this way, and like, yeah, it's strange. This is not the way. This is not the way it normally looks. But
I just like it. It looks like you're turning your back on like the second half of the team. I don't know.
exactly. What's up,
I don't
G-Man?
want to look at those fighters over there. They disgust me.
I don't know these people or that person who has a meme for a picture.
Who is this person? And if you guys like what you see in here, please follow. Okay, so with that all said, let us get back into things. Yes, the library people, have you explained to Foom what happened and the rest of them while he was gone? Like what you discovered?
Depending on how hungover he was, we tried.
Yeah, I'm gonna peel my
People
face off the
just got
table
back.
here.
Yeah, you wake actually, you have at the very end of your sleep, Fing, you have this dream that involves you being face down, like you're at the edge of the ocean, and it's beautiful, but you feel like face down in the sand, and for some reason you can't lift your head up, so it just feels cold on your face, and you're like, this is beautiful, but why does it feel, and then you smell something strange, like something feels kind of sour, and you don't really like, and all of a sudden you feel someone like, like banging you in the back of the head, and you look up and you see like this lobster like bashing its claw on your head, and then you wake up and you see that it's actually Domdor, who's like trying to desperately wake you up, and you realize that you passed out on the table from the night before after having drinking the hog's piss.
Is there any
so-
cheese and bread left?
the cheese
I
and
need
press
some food.
bread. The cheese and bread is gone. But
I ate that.
yeah, it's
And
gone.
leftovers.
There are a couple of empty crates, although it looks as if a couple of other crates have been emptied over the night, and so there seems to be one crate left, and what looks like maybe another eighth of a bottle of hog piss on the top of it.
No, thank you. Does any of our mages have the ability to conjure waffles?
Was it chicken?
Who's got the maple syrup?
Realistically, none of us have eaten though, have we?
We need a mage table.
Well, I guess if
haters.
the
We all
cheese
had
and
bread and cheese. I don't know what you had.
I had hog's piss.
Yeah, they all had bread and cheese, but there is actually, if you go over, there is one crate remaining that does have some bread and cheese in it. And actually, Fing, when you dive into it, you actually find at the bottom a apparently undiscovered wheel of brie cheese. So it's very fine cheese that was not discovered by everybody else. It's a soft cheese, so you're not totally sure whether it's supposed to have that mold on it. It might be blue cheese, sort of like, but like it's there. So
At this point, it does not matter. I eat it.
it tastes absolutely delicious, and you actually think maybe you can make something out of it, like if you just change the blue to EU, BLEU, it could be a totally different paradigm.
There you go.
But anyway,
Can I grab the bottle of hog's piss just for later?
you can, sure, absolutely.
No.
It's
Bottle
you might
of
want to
hog's
pour it into
piss.
one of your water skins or something because it's pretty bulky, like it's gonna break
Is it?
easily. Yeah, it's not heavy, but it's just hard
I
to
don't have
carry.
any empty. You know what? Screw the hog. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm
He's
good.
just
I
gonna
already
end up
grabbed
pissing
that.
in it later and try. He's just gonna end up pissing in it later and trying to resell it as
It'll be
like
like
fresh
one of
hog
those things
piss.
where I'm like, I have my good meat, and then I'm gonna be out of it, and I swear to never drink hog's piss again.
Exactly.
It'll be there, and it'll be tempting. And
Exactly.
Yeah, heard that before.
So you're now
I'm just gonna leave it.
you're now up, and if you guys want, you can communicate to each other what you want to do.
Yeah,
The
what
sun
happened
is
last
starting
night?
to rise over the horizon.
What happened?
Zynal, Xenal, do you want to tell them what we found in the library?
Well, I mean, it was apparently, it's not a huge story, but we ended up going down trying to find the library down in the basement. Apparently, their library was locked behind a hidden door contraption. I don't know why. And then we kind of looked around, wasn't able to really find anything significant. We found it was a tome that it had some information on it, but wasn't really able to make it out. It's some kind of unknown language, maybe some ancient language that I'm not sure, but was able to make out water, Daggerford, and Crom. I'm not sure. We might have to get it. Honestly, I think we're gonna have to look into it and see if somebody can translate it for us.
And don't forget the odd, rectangular altar-like depression in the middle of the room.
Oh yeah, that might be a little important. Yeah, I can go ahead and mention that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for something that the Baroness said was so hard to find, they seem to be. I mean, the impression seemed to be they were taking pretty good care of it.
I mean, I figured you'd want to tell that one, So.
Yeah, well, either way, it's all good.
I assume
yes,
I
yes.
assume it used to be the altar's location. It was hidden in there, so.
It looked vaguely altarly rectangularly shaped.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Suddenly,
Right in the middle of the library.
you guys actually suddenly hear the sound of armored boots stomping down the stairs.
Oh, can somebody shut that up?
Each one goes clang, clang. Yes. And you see, you hear that one of the boots seems to be falling more lightly on the stair than the other. And pretty
probably
soon,
Istil, then.
you see Istival actually appear down below, and he looks as if, as if he's slept well, and he's, hello, I trust you've all had a good rest last night. And he looks at all of you, and actually, Dejini and Soliel look, pretty well rested, and Cade looks fine, and actually, Cade and Zynal have this sort of smug smile on their face, and Domdor looks to be Domdor seems to be a little bit pensive, but certainly well rested. The only one who seems to not be entirely well rested is Fing, who seems a little sort of discombobulated at the
By the
moment.
gods, who wakes up this early?
At least he didn't toss his cookies. That's all I care
He
about.
kind of shakes his head and sighs. He
Wait till
says,
we get on a horse.
Yeah, give it time.
It'll
Well-
go outside. That's fine.
"Well, my friends, I think we have some work to do." And he sort of gestures to the bench, and he sits down on one rather heavily, and he says, "Well,
Indeed.
while a black dragon is no small threat, I think the danger to Crom's hold is minimal. We'll bolster its defenses and remain a few days longer, but in the meantime, we could use your help. Not long ago, orcs and half-orcs pillaged a noble estate north of Daggerford. It was the same estate that was owned by Lord Flotian. You remember the Red Wizard who was hung. He was behind the attack initially, or so we believe. Well, one of the items they destroyed was a stained glass altar hidden in a family crypt. I can't help but think these two events are connected. Two altars, a dragon specifically seeking one when it could have wiped this keep from the face of the earth or sought gold or soldiers or anything else other than an altar. There must be something more to it. I want you to find the dragon's lair. I assume it's hidden somewhere in the marsh. You might encounter hostile lizard folk in your travels, but you should avoid a confrontation with the dragon at all costs. Black dragons are vicious, they are cruel, and they are notoriously difficult to reason with, and this specimen is big enough to lay waste to an entire village."
Versus.
He kind of looks at you.
Alright, so I
Get really in on
notify
what do you
Ist-
want? Like a black dragon that runs down the street throwing daisies at everyone and shit. Like leaves a trail of
Skipping down the
rainbows.
street.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. Maybe one black dragon.
Anyways, let's not. No, I'm not.
Oh, man.
So I also notify Istavel about what was it Caden? Was it Zinal? I'm trying to remember who went
Yes.
down with you.
Yeah,
Final.
it'll take me a little while. I have to keep looking at people's
About
feeds here.
what transpired in the library, and if we may need to contact Daggerhold and see if we can get more information from their library, because there seems to be some kind of connection.
Daggerhold?
Yeah,
Dagger-
Daggerhold. Did I say
Daggerford.
Daggerfall?
Daggerford.
It's
Okay.
Daggerford.
Daggerford.
Da-
I thought I missed a location.
Daggerhold is that crappy city. It's like Niagara, Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the
Oh,
same.
I thought it said Daggerfall. I was like, oh, and suddenly we're in the
Yeah.
other game.
All of a sudden, you notice that the graphics are really pixelated, but there's a massive open world, and
Yes.
Anyway.
I honestly, I think we need to figure out what this says because Just the fact that the altar that was here
Oh,
was
so you brought the tome with you? Did you bring it up?
I don't think I.
No, you didn't. Oh, you didn't tell me
No,
you
I
were.
don't think we're supposed to. Yeah.
Hey guys, check out these priceless books I brought up from below.
Yeah, I didn't exactly just kind of swipe them. I did.
By the way, just side note, I'm over at the table drinking about a half pound of mead to get hair the dog. I don't know, just letting you know.
This is the cure the hangover cure by getting more
Oh,
drunk. right?
God, yeah.
Okay.
I did. I went ahead and let's see. I don't really have paper in my inventory, so I was gonna say I was gonna write notes or write
I
it
have
down.
Paper. You need paper.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, we can head down to the basement and we can get it written down so that we can have
I
it.
have 10
Trans-
sheets of paper.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely. I think some of you have some pieces of paper, and certainly the mages do.
I have
And
an ink
just
and a
real quick,
quill.
speaking of equipment, you know, it has been so long since I played this. Like healing kit. What's in a healing kit again? Is there specifics to that, or?
A healing kit is usually used to stabilize someone who is on the ground and dying, and a
Okay.
healing kit can often be used to help them
So it'd be
outside
like
of
stuff
combat.
like a tourniquet, some stitches,
Right.
some shit, whatever.
Exactly,
Okay.
bandages and things like
Sword,
that.
thread, bandages,
Morphine,
linens,
yeah, and morphine. Yes,
Okay, just curious. Cool.
A
cool,
small
cool.
stick for them to bite down on.
yes. A couple of IV, a couple of blood bags. It's like a Daisy medieval style.
Okay.
But anyway, so yes, so he kind of looks at all of you, you know, expectantly, and he says, I need you to, you know, you need to head to that black dragon lair and see what you can find out about this altar. Why did the dragon want it in the first place? We need to know.
Okay. I actually tell him we do have a small clue on what maybe we can find out the origins of one of the altars. That we can figure out any kind of connection between them. So I would like to get a copy of what we found. Just have one of our guys write down a copy of some sort at least of it, and we can get it translated. Maybe we can find some kind of link between the altars.
I can
No
tell you.
food for the writing arts right now.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing about the altar that was broken during that attack. The stained glass altar was adorned with cloud-like patterns and lightning bolts.
Storm. Lightning.
Elemental.
I don't. And that just
Hey.
light bulb went off in my head.
It's okay. Hey, stay in context of the candle, okay?
Does
It's
Istanbul have
this.
any knowledge about that altar? Does
Istanbul,
he have
yes.
anything from? I ask him if he knows anything about the altar itself from his time.
And yeah, Commando, I'll have mine ready by tomorrow.
I know that the altar was entombed with one of Lord Floshin's noble ancestors. And interestingly, you do actually remember that that the Baroness had said also that this altar was somehow important to her ancestors also. She doesn't know
Yeah,
why.
So there is some kind of relation. Each altar has got to do with the family of the owner of the keep, kind of some kind of relation there. So that means there might be one in Daggerford that may need to get. I don't know. Maybe needs to get investigated by. Just trying to think.
Yeah, what I'm seeing also is that there seems to be the people who have altars so far have been nobility too. They've been
True.
high up in
So
the
the
chain.
ones who can afford to have them made. So you know.
Right, but it's also from ancestry. Otherwise, you know, the
Right,
altars
which means
are-
they're rich and noble for a long time, you know. But the question is, Istvis, is I seem to remember that the Baroness said that they had it just, you know, tucked away somewhere, where she had to go out and find it. Except the library, it seemed to be, the space where it was held seemed to be taken pretty good care of. As in, she knew exactly where it was, and when the dragon came calling, she got rid of it in a hurry.
Well, I can't speak to that directly. I know that she had said that she had kept the altar in a secret place that wouldn't be immediately discovered by anyone down there. I don't know if that's true, of course.
Does Istanbul know of any altar like that in the Duke Daggerford's castle or keep?
I don't think so, although I certainly know that altars have existed before that have significance to various families around Daggerford, but the only ones that have ever been discovered, so far as I know, are these two. I do know, though, that this stained glass altar was smashed and destroyed by these orcs.
So this one wasn't
Wait,
taken; it was just destroyed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And by the
there is-
way,
there-
that was not
I
all.
wonder-
The orcs also kidnapped 8 of Lord Floshin's servants in the attack.
That's pretty standard for orcs, though.
Yeah.
Often.
Is it?
We're getting some volume
Can I-
sound
can I-
feedback. Ow. Might be from
Your
Lanix.
microphone.
Was that me?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
hold
I'm
on.
hearing it too, so I don't know.
I think it's John. It's
Okay,
John.
John.
It's John's
John.
The pain.
Yeah, I think it is John.
Yeah, it's John.
I think he's turning into binary.
Lawnmower man.
Officially, he's entering Tron.
Is that better?
No.
No.
We can understand.
That's like getting new.
Denied.
Turn my input level way down.
Let me. Why don't you just call back, John, from Skype? Let me
Sure.
disconnect you and call you back.
Is it safe?
It's safe.
Is it safe?
Any better?
Can I put it back up?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but don't make sure you don't give your video capability to Skype though. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter actually. It doesn't matter.
No, I
It's
won't.
working both. Okay, perfect, excellent, wonderful. You're fine.
Yay.
All right, good.
Okay, back we go.
Let's go.
So where were we?
It's time to go tramp around in the swamp.
All right. So can you do it?
Yep, we can.
Yeah.
Lanix, all of a sudden you look over and he's saying, "One does not simply go look for a dragon." No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that. Okay. So
Well,
No, he
I'm ready
doesn't.
to kill a
one
dragon.
does not go embrace a dragon or try to kill it. Yes, we're just going to locate its lair. That's good enough for me.
in that case, I can
Are
provide.
we not at all concerned about the lizard people? I guess I throw that in from the background.
Yes, you may discover
Why
some
am I alone
hostile
in
lizard.
feeling like
That's why I
looking
wanted
for
info.
even a dragon lair is like looking for our source of death.
Right.
It's like,
Well-
oh look, there's the dragon lair. We're
We
obviously
only have
nowhere
to look
near
at
the
it.
dragon.
We don't have to fight. We don't have to fight the dragon. Remember.
Exactly.
In,
Exactly.
in fact, he actually asked you not to. What's up, Lawkeeper? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, he warned us, don't be that party.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Don't be those guys.
Right.
Right.
And also, you know that the dragon has, has been willing to negotiate for tribute before. So,
Yeah, but I'm a bit short on coral altars now, so,
you don't have one just sitting around, like maybe
Yeah,
an
no,
altar of wood.
And this is just like
Sorry.
random thought going through me, but it's like, if they offered tribute, but the lizard people may be tied in with the dragon, why would the lizard people attack? Maybe they didn't get the tribute with the. Sorry.
Yeah.
These
These are all
Sobering
excellent.
up pretty well, Fing.
These are all excellent questions, and it is entirely possible you'll find some hostile lizard folk in your travels. I have no doubt you can handle them. The dragon, though, that is another matter. But I don't think you should have to encounter the dragon if you use care. Also, I can provide you some help, and he kind of gets up heavily from the bench, and he limps upstairs, sort of motioning at you guys to follow him, if you do.
Yes.
yep.
Well, might as
All right,
well.
so you all follow him, and up in the courtyard, you see that your horses have been provided, sort of these fresh horses, and also you have on the sort of the saddlebags of each of these horses, you see are some fresh rations, and not just stale bread and cheese, but actually some very good, beef jerky. And some potatoes and carrots and real food, actual like honest to god food.
Oh my god.
And
That's
he,
good.
and then he sort of he kind of rolls his eyes and he motions to you to look at the saddlebag, your own saddlebag.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go
Thing.
inspect. I'll go
Yeah,
inspect
check out and
mine.
see what he left.
Okay. Well, for all of you, it's mostly just food and regular drink, but Fing he sort of like particularly looks at and focuses on the saddlebag.
Strong coffee.
What is it? let me look in it. What's in there?
So you open it up and you find there is a bottle, a sort of dark blue bottle.
God damn it.
And you recognize that the dark blue bottle is this extremely high quality beer. Like so it's not red, white, and blue. It's like Sam Adams plus. Like it's not even Sam Adams. It's like microbrew. Stuff that you are familiar with. It's very, very good stuff. So he does that, and then he also he actually now looks at Zyril, who was going over to his bag, and as you open it up, you notice, and in fact, all of you find that there is a vial in there, VIAL, in there that has a light bluish liquid, and he sort of smiles. And everyone pretty much, including Fing, but everyone pretty much knows that what he's looking at is a potion of healing. So each one of you have a potion of healing that he's given you. And what the potion of healing will do, if I can ever find the bloody thing, is... hold on one second. I have it here somewhere. I know I do. It will give you... blah, blah, blah. Here we go. The potion of healing will provide you 2d4 plus 2 hit points when you drink this potion. And it's kind of a faintly phosphorescent
You say
blue.
plus 2?
2d4 plus 2. So when you drink one of these, 2d4 plus 2.
Gotcha. Do you want to get into this? Like, how much weight do you want to put on this?
What do you mean on that stuff? No, I mean given the fact that you it's pretty much
Okay,
it's
cool.
negligible because you had some of it already. So pretty
Now,
much
would
works out
like
to
the
the same.
food and like I said, I'm just figuring out how we're playing this. So would that just be? Would we just count that as like an extra set of rations?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, basically, and it's a week's worth of rations. So I mean, as I said, it's not like filet mignon, but it's stuff which will be
Right.
nourishing. There's some cornbread in there, by the way, some delicious cornbread.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah,
Cornbread.
Alright,
So
I-
how many days did you say?
a week's worth.
Okay. Oh shit. Nice.
Yes. And then he says, I wish you Godspeed, and I have no doubt that with the light of a Montor and the other gods, you will prevail. And then he sort of nods to you all. He looks seriously at Dom, the guy whose name I already forgot. At Domindor. Domdor. I was gonna say Domintor. Domintor.
Dumb and Dumber.
Sounds like a Voltron. Domintor.
Snape killed Dumbledore.
Oh God, yeah, no. He looks at Domdor, kind of nods in your direction. He nods at Xylo,
Not
the
back.
fighters. He acknowledges Fing, the cleric. He looks at Cade, looks away. Then he looks at then he looks at Djinni and Soleil, and he sort of salutes, looking down at the spell books approvingly and nodding.
I would like to thank him for his personal gift. He's truly, possibly a greater saint than I.
I'd like to thank him for
He looks at-
enabling Fing. Thank you very much.
He looks at you. He looks at you and says, "So he hears Fing say a thing about being greater saint." He looks at you and says, "Quite possibly, yes." And he turns around and kind of limps away. And as he's walking away, an armored woman in her 20s approaches you. You recognize this person as Machin, one of the soldiers who accompanied you from Daggerford. And I, in fact, have a picture. Bear with me a second while I show you who this is.
Maichon? Is that?
It's Maecchen.
Should have all these pictures ready to go. Load the sources.
M-O-U-S-E.
It's ready to turn on. Come on, Arv. Step up a game.
Screw off it up!
Suddenly, my character is gonna get a lot worse rolls.
A boulder falls on your head, and where did those spikes come from? Okay, region. There we go. Hold on a second. There we go.
I have
Okay.
a terrible rash that says "fuck you" on my butt for some reason. I don't get it.
Hey now.
Excuse me.
This is who you see.
Writing on- making him-
An armored woman in her 20s approaches you, and you recognize her as Machin, one of the soldiers who accompanied you from Daggerford. She was one of the better
There she is.
ones. I told you there were a few that were like that. You notice that she's missing her left ear, an old war wound, perhaps. So, you're the one Istival is sending. I spoke to some of the other guards, and we thought you might need a little help. I've been on several patrols in and around the Lizard March, and I know it like the palm of my hand. If you want a guide who's good with a sword, I'm your man. Well, so to speak, man.
And by sword, I mean axe.
Yes, she kind of nods. She sort of smiles. She smiles and blinks.
Yeah, I'm just staring at her, thinking.
Hey, be careful where you stare at, then.
All I can
No.
think
Yeah,
of
yeah,
is
yeah. No,
Right.
not that type of stare.
I'm just kind of sitting there thinking, I can take her.
What kind of armor is she
When you
wearing?
say take,
Yeah.
what kind of armor? So it's kind of it's leather armor basically. But it's definitely. I mean, as I said, there were a few that set out from Daggerford that weren't just the obvious kind of scrub militia, and she was definitely one of those crew. And the armor that she was wearing, although leather, it definitely has some slashes in it and scars. It's definitely battle worn, but it looks serviceable, and she looks like she knows how to carry that axe. I mean, she's not just like some random.
Do I have
you know.
knowledge of her skills from Daggerfall?
You definitely know of her. I mean, for sure, you know that she was one of the people. You never served with her directly, but you definitely recognize the name, and you think you have seen her around town. So she's not like some bizarre, unfamiliar person to you.
Might be good to bring an extra scout along who can
That's what I was
also
thinking.
relay messages for us if need be.
If she,
And
knows, if she knows the
also-
terrain, if she knows the area, then I have no arguments.
Exactly.
And she can also split the mean things in half. So, there's that.
So we request Istabel to bring her along.
Okay. It's actually Istaval had already left, so he was on his way out,
Yeah.
and so she nods and says, "Excellent. I look forward to helping us all get further on here. Unbelievable about that black dragon,
Are we all so trusting? I'm saying this to the party that we just.
I was gonna say, turn around. Are you so
anybody-
trusting?
that we let anybody with a weapon join our party? Is this how it is?
Wait, okay,
Like,
wait,
what else?
She's a
her
well-known
from-
soldier in.
Yeah,
Dragonfall,
it's not just
so
popped up yesterday.
Shit. Okay.
She's
Yeah.
a veteran. She's close to veteran.
With everything that's been going on, I'm very
Plus-
untrusting of.
I mean, I'm
anyone.
just
She
shrugging.
don't
Since
know.
she seems fine to me.
Plus, look at her breastplate. She can take a hit.
Oh,
Ow.
but not say it to her face.
And she has another bow, so that's another missile.
How is she going to
so.
compensate us
I-
for the inconvenience
hold on.
of yet another party member?
I'm gonna stand up before we let this last join with us. I would like to test her might in an arm wrestling competition.
This
Okay.
is amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
this is good.
I'm just.
All right. So
palming
so
over
so
here.
do you want it? So you, I mean, you know.
Show me
so,
your bullocks, lass.
Being a dwarf,
so do you do that? So you turn around and do you turn around and do that? Like,
Yes.
and she kind of rolls her eyes. She's like, "Really?"
Really?
Yes.
I'll
Really.
charm her and
Being
make
a
her do
dwarf
it.
challenges down.
There
Let's
has to
do
be
it on the official.
some sort
on the official-
of proof, some sort of something.
You know,
Should she defeat me in an arm wrestling match, I will have no problems with that.
listen. I mean, instead of these games, I don't think you know how lucky you are. I mean, Isteval is a legend. He's a hero among heroes. Some of us would kill for a sliver of the attention he's lavished on you people. I mean, listen.
Arm
I'll-
on the table.
We have.
All right, so she goes over and she of course there's not like a table nearby, but you're able to find a
Arm on the
flat
box,
stone.
whatever,
Yeah, you're able to find a flat stone, and you have a couple of the interested people sort of gather around you to watch, the ones who are up that early. And so Fing kneels down, and she kneels down, and Fing, you're noticing that having not slept particularly well and still being half inebriated, which you got rid of by getting more inebriated, you're not quite at your top performing level. So go ahead and make a strength check.
I'd
And
like to gamble on this. Ask
You're
me
gonna
what
need
else
a
you
potion
can
of
do.
reality.
yes, and your strength check, and Foom, your strength check is going to be at a disadvantage because of this situation. So it means you're going to roll 2, but you must take the lower die roll in this particular case.
I have
Silver
5
on the
silver
last.
pieces on the lady.
I got
Okay.
the front class.
Place your bets, chat.
If Foom rolls 2 20s, I'm gonna shit myself.
Anyone else
If he
wanna
does
take-
that, it's going to be like that scene from The Fly, you know, where he just smashes.
So should I just roll 2 at once here? Just get this done.
Yeah, go ahead and roll 220 sided.
220 and I got a +2. What do I got? Oh my god, what is it? So I got a 12 and oh my god.
No, you don't roll them together.
the
dude.
10
You roll them
and the 16.
separately. You have
You
to
rolled
roll
it.
No,
Yeah, you rolled
they
them
are
separately.
separate. If you look
Okay.
on
No,
the,
no, he rolled 2d20.
I guess. Okay.
Oh, is that how that
No,
works?
but
oh,
you see
hold on.
each individual
Yeah, you
dice
get-
roll.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you just see the
Okay,
individual one.
18.
So it's
Dude, last. Sorry, it was a rough night.
so it's a
Hold
12.
on.
No, it's fine. I
Oh,
can
is
see
that-
the
is that
2
all right?
because it's because so you got a 12 is what that means because you choose the
Yeah.
lower one. So you got
Choose
12.
lower one, that's true.
So she steps up to the plate. Okay. So she rolls a 9. She easily gets your arm over without even a try.
Yes, I got it.
Hey, you're lucky it
I
didn't
win.
break.
I knew it. I
Easily.
I
Which
didn't
means now
think
and
No,
you
I
note
told-
and now she doesn't like smash her arm fly style and break it, but she definitely like lowers it and then she kind of stands up with an exasperated look. She's like, "Men," and then she stumps off, towards the horses.
We're not all
We can
assholes.
always tie
Well,
her up.
he was drunk class.
You hear some people like chattering behind, like you hear a couple of snickers from the other militia.
Say, Fing,
I pat Thing on the back and go, I'll train you one of these days and make you a good arm wrestler.
hey, Fing, that god of yours you worship, it certainly isn't Tempest, is it?
No, I actually worship the god of agriculture.
Bacchus was not around at the time. Oh, the god of dirt.
You got schooled, boy.
Fair enough. Well played. Welcome.
Oh goodness! All right, so off she goes. So she joins you off that way. Okay, so now give me 1 second here.
2 in the morning.
Okay, so other than that, if you guys are ready to go, there's no time like the present. The horses are ready, and you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
can
just
head
gonna
off.
make sure I
Okay.
put the potion in my inventory rather than on the horse. Keep it on the horse's pouch.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, it's already in my backpack.
Now the swamp is probably about the sort of swamp proper is about 15 minutes out of town, and so there's a certain point where you're going to have to leave the horses behind. You can actually they know their way back to the keep, but you know before leaving that you're not just going to be able to pile off your stuff on the horses because they're going in a swamp. If you've ever seen the movie Neverending Story, you'll know exactly what I mean. Spoiler, it's not good for a Atreus horse.
Does Machin know any locations of any of the lizard men camps or?
Yes,
any
so she says, I'm going to be able to bring you right to it. If he's looking for a
RFD's hit me
dragon's
right in the
lair,
childhood.
How do you know this is the cave, the one we were searching for?
I have some pretty good guesses. Part of it has to do with how big the lair is relative to everything else. I went through one part of this swamp once, just this one time, where I was going around the outside and there was this one area in the middle that was all clear. Now, why would you have a clear area of the swamp unless something big had settled there? That's got to be the dragon. Or maybe it's a swamp giant, in which case we'll have some fun.
Okay.
She seems very confident.
I legitimately got interested as soon as I was just like, yeah, cool.
I trust her.
Yep.
Now,
So,
That's all it
One
took to
rule-
win me over. I just wanted an arm wrestling match.
So it was
It's all
good.
good.
Okay, so you guys set off, and as I say, at the sort of at the edge of the swamp, you have a decision that you're going to have to make in terms of the horses, and the only one that's really going to affect is you can carry a lot of it in the backpacks, but you are going to have some trouble carrying all the beer. So the question is how much you want to sort of, how much you want to kind of make yourselves, and how much you leave on the horse, and all that stuff.
All you have to do is tie it up with rope and let it float. Just
I'm not carrying any of your beer, by the way. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
All
I'm
I'm
only
saying-
carrying my own.
I'm not
meat.
carrying any of it.
if it's in water skins, just tie each of them up with rope and drag it along. If we're going through a swamp, it will float. It might not make the water skin look the greatest.
I think that'll give it some extra character,
no,
right?
That
Body.
won't be very stealthy as well.
Yeah,
This place is
yeah, no.
infested with lizard
I know my party does not believe this, but I will leave the mead here as motivation for my safety.
You're
here.
kidding me.
I legitimately was concerned at him.
But
Is
I
this
will
the first
actually
time
drink a
King
half
is
pound
actually
of.
gonna leave?
No, I will drink a half pound of mead before.
I am now convinced he's planning to die.
Not with all that beer to come back to. No. He'll make it out. He'll be the only one to make it out, but he'll make it out.
I have to get back to the mead.
See,
I
exactly.
don't believe anything that I have. I can carry it all. So
Could I
So you-
also quickly say to Machin that if on this journey with us into the swamp, she has to follow my orders and not do anything rash and follow them as much as like literally by the book. If I tell you to run, you run.
Well, of course, my dear. I always do everything by the book. And she kind of gives you a wink and turns away.
I like her too. The chicks in this world
Just
are
making
great.
I'm striking a blow, John, for
Yeah,
for
absolutely,
quantity.
man. Right?
Oh, goodness.
This is great.
Okay, so you guys now a couple things you guys know about the Lizard Marsh, by the way, is that you know that it actually springs originally from the Dragonspear River, which is also known by the locals as the Shining River, and it dissolves into this morass of waterways that thread around and beneath trees festooned with moss and forms a vast swamp. And you guys know that the Lizard Marsh is known for two things: bloodthirsty insects and dangerous monsters, in particular, lots of lizards. So you guys traveling on foot move at half speed as you wade through muck and waist-deep water. You can travel about half a mile every hour, and here and there are these small islands of spongy earth which rise above the mire, so you can provide some semi-solid ground on which to stand or make camp. But basically you have to, do these turns. Each hour you're basically exploring, more or less looking for what you need to find, and of course Machin is your guide, so she's kind of trying to lead you unerringly through.
Also keep an eye out for lizard tracks as well.
Yes. Although it's not the problem with the swamp, though, is that you are looking for those, but it's not easy because most of the time the tracks vanish almost immediately. You notice some
Yeah.
old tracks on the spongy ground that's up on top, but they're kind of like these little tufts, you know, so there's enough room for you guys to make camp, but then the tracks like go off of them and then they disappear again. So, you know, it's difficult to follow, you know, any particular tracks. A couple of hours pass without incident, and then the third hour, you guys are kind of, you know, slogging your way through. It's sweaty, it's hot. There's lots of insects, mosquitoes, by the way, which have been buzzing around you and causing you no end of grief. It's very itchy and sweaty, and, you know, it's a mess, basically. And then you hear in the distance something like this. In the distance as you go.
Oh,
And as you're walking along, it seems to be getting louder and louder. And Machin kind of looks around at
Gonna stop.
looks around at Domdor and winks at you and says, "Following your lead."
All right, I think we need to get ready for battle possibly, and gonna have to kind of get someone to maybe either scout or we all sneak up and see what this is about. But being in the swamp area, this is gonna be tricky. So is it coming from the swamp area, like a swampy area, or is it coming from some of the OK land?
That you can't tell. It's because there's too much kind of marsh in between. They could be sitting on top of it, or they could be, you know, or you don't even know what it is yet, obviously. But
So
We
Sound
can't
like
tell.
it's-
We can't tell the general direction of
well,
it.
you can tell the general direction, yes, but you can't tell like a specific location other than just, you know, if you keep going, it sounds like you're going to run right into the sound
So does it sound like it's coming from in front of us or behind us?
in front of you.
Okay. Then I will hang to the back.
Okay.
I've
Should we-
I've
What do
already
you think,
got my,
guys? Should we go around or?
Hi, Kathleen.
I've already got my sword out and I'm ready to just like go.
Got my
Should
staff
we
clutch.
crawl? Should we kind of
After
slowly?
you.
I'm ready for this.
Okay, look, we got two choices. We can
That's
take.
another side question. If I'm using my quarterstaff to help me walk through this muck, is it going to help me move at all, or am I still just stuck really slowly?
I mean, it will help you, especially because the robes would be a huge impairment otherwise. It makes it so that you can
Kinda
travel the
balances
same
that
speed as
out.
everyone else. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
All right, either Machin and I could try and scout ahead and see what's up there, or we try to go around. But going around it, we may not have the luxury of going around it coming back. So we should probably check out and see what the hell it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
would you be
Now-
willing to scout ahead, or
I'll go.
should we send?
What about you? And I cut it off before I say sweet cheeks. It goes there. What about you, Machin?
What about you, Machin? Yes.
Oh,
She kind of looks at you and she says, "I don't look like a scout, do you? If you want me to go up there and bang swords together to let them know we're on the way, I'm happy to do it, but I'm more a cutting type of girl."
I can't help but point at her and say, I like this girl.
I do too.
She's got the great, she's got the good mentality.
All right, everyone.
She kind of
stay
grins.
Here. Of course, if you hear me scream, then rush on in.
And she says, "Hey, Cade,
Yeah.
keep your head down." And then she laughs and chuckles and she slaps Zynel on the back.
Hilarious.
So
He's got some.
if we
meat for
hear
her.
Kate scream, we all turn and slowly walk away, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was an adventure. Yeah.
That went terribly. Let's just get out of here.
Okay.
Would you
So,
like to go to Baldur's Gate?
All right, Cade. So, Cade, you make your way up, and it takes you.
Before you go scout?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
I'm sorry.
I can
My
bless
bad.
Before you scout.
I
Would you care
didn't-
for this?
Who said? I'm sorry. Who said what?
That's me. Blessing. Before you scout. Would you like
Yes.
one?
Yes, please.
One blessing
Thank
for
you.
Pray to the gods.
So I do have that ready to go. Cast
Sweet.
bless. Oh, do I have to? Oh my god.
So we just learned that Cade both has hearing problems and like telling which one of us are who.
Right.
Got the one
So
cleric.
I
I am.
obviously it sounds like
Who's
me.
all scouting now? It's just Cade, right? Cade and the.
I'm the only one who could probably move silently with all you guys clanking around in robes and armor and crap. So
Okay,
yeah.
Then I am
Yeah, we gotta
going
get my
to
armor.
throw a blessing on Cade,
That's what I thought.
just in
Creep
case.
silently in it. Thank you. Creep around in the swamp in it quietly.
Okay, well, maybe it's not as easy as you think. I'd like to see you carry around,
I don't.
scale.
He's very lightweight and
Okay.
small, so,
And
So-
blesses how long again?
I think it,
8 armor.
I've got my here. Hold on, I've got it right here.
I don't remember
long,
off the top of
long
my head.
enough, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Long enough. Yes, the duration says as much as you need.
No, I'm just saying, like you're just
Sweet.
scouting, not
Up to
Okay.
10 minutes.
up
to tell. God,
Oh, that-
move
that
fast. That's all right. That's all right.
So he like, so you bless him and then throw him forward. Like,
I've got my short bow out with an arrow knocked, so I can fire in case I have to run for my
Do
life.
you think, Cade, you can signal us if we need to come closer as well?
Yeah, that's what the scream is for. I was serious about that, by the way. I wasn't
Probably
kidding.
not screaming.
That's what the
'cause
blood
they'll hear
curdling
that.
terror is.
Yes, exactly. That would be
Okay.
the signal.
alrighty.
I don't have any grenades. I have a big set of lungs. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. So okay. So you are blessed. So you're casting bless on him, Fing.
I am casting bless.
Okay.
yes.
So you do so, and just make sure you mark off that you've used it for the day. And so you do that. So Cade, you feel yourself invested with the holy power of that Fing has
Culture,
bestowed upon you.
apparently, so yeah, I'm all good to
And
fire.
so now you
You feel a slight buzz.
you feel slightly buzzed. You get a contact high, really. and
Now
it's-
you know what I feel like. I'm blessed 24/7.
That's my life. Yeah. All right. So
I take it.
you head.
About right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys head. So you head into the swamp. Now, as you're moving, Cade, how are you moving? Like, what is your? Obviously, you're moving at a relatively fast pace, but are you
Well,
trying to
not
keep the
fast,
spongy
no.
areas? Are you sloshing loudly? What are you doing?
Okay, not that quickly. I don't
Okay.
care if the blitz goes off and stops as it goes off. I'm trying to use the ground more as cover, so I'd like hop from island to island, basically.
Okay, I thought you were saying you're swimming below it. I'm like, really? Like
No,
with
no,
a
no.
with a reed out of the swamp, just like going like that. Okay,
I'm not Cade Bond.
gotcha.
But no, I would cross the islands and then wade quietly, as in slowly across the water, not to splash and make any noise,
Okay.
and then hit an island, go across, and that's how I'm trying to do it. I just
Okay.
get a glimpse. That's it. As soon as I have any kind of visual contact, that's when I stop.
All right, and I'm gonna need to start out. I'm gonna need about 2 minutes in. I'm gonna need you to make a stealth check, and I believe. Let me double check here.
As I was about to yell out, "Did you see anything yet?"
Anything there?
No,
Any little one
I'm not gonna.
about
do that.
50 paces ahead of us.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah,
So let me just double check quickly. It's going to be based on your dexterity, but I want to see quickly. And again, I apologize because some of these things are different in next. So blah, 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 blah. Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. So yes. You are going to make a dexterity check, and typically what happens is if there is anything out there, this is not how it always works, but often your stealth check is a dexterity check made by you, and it's countered by a wisdom check made by them.
And opposed check. Yeah, exactly.
Right, it's an opposed check. Now I am going to roll that secretly because that's not something you're going to be aware of. You won't know what they are. So I will pull up my other dice roller, and then you can continue to make your way.
All right, first one. Ooh, a big 10. Good God.
Okay.
All right.
Great
So-
start. No, I'm just kidding. Just give me a second
Thank
here.
you so much for telling me about how to turn that sound off.
Yeah, that was driving me nuts.
All right, hold on a second. Should totally get my dice from downstairs. Do this up old school style.
I've got some dice sitting in the
Hey,
living
I
room
would
right
be
now.
all for if we wanted to do it like dice cams and stuff. Figuring that out.
Dice cams.
Clearly, our webcam has proven that we're totally capable of doing that too. No, I'm with you. I mean, I would love that, but oh my god. Okay, so you managed to you make a little bit of a squashing sound, but nothing seems to notice anything. You haven't come across anything yet.
Is that sound
but
getting louder?
yes, it now sounds like, and it now as you're listening, and go ahead and make a let's make a perception check, which I think is going to be intelligence now. I think.
Yeah, searching is usually intelligence.
So make an intelligence check.
Okay. Come on, int. You can do it. 11.
Okay. Yeah, you can't.
Average.
You can't tell it. Yeah, you can't tell anything specific except that it's definitely louder. It sounds more like.
Wait, does that
Like
sound
that.
like a buzzing?
That's what it sounds like. I don't know. I don't want to qualify it. That's not what I'm about.
I'm gonna go a little, like, about maybe another 20, 30 feet and see if I can...
Okay, make another stealth check for me.
I think Ramira's right. I didn't spot and listen to wisdom.
Well, it was in 4E, but I don't know. See, I don't know whether next is the same way.
Let me look.
Wait, it says you can do a dex. The person who's hidden does a dex check.
No. Yeah,
The other
no.
one-
We're talking about the perception though. The
Yeah.
perception check was the
For
issue.
Spot and listen. I think that's wisdom. That sounds about
It
right.
was, yeah.
Intelligence
See,
is
that's
more
it,
like
Ramir.
this.
It used to be, but I don't know about D&D next though.
Well,
What's
my
up,
next check
PFC Nasty?
was a 5, Arv. So not doing so good here in the swamp.
Your
Trip over
wisdom
a
score
branch
serves
and
as a
fall
measure
face
for your
first.
general awareness of your surroundings.
Oh.
Your intelligence score measures the ability to find something you're looking for, so it would be intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. So, you again, you hear the sound, and again, it's closer to you. So now you can try to make intelligence check again. And
Okay.
it doesn't sound like anything's heard you yet.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, if it's animals, their wisdom's not that high theoretically. There we go. 19.
It sounds now a little bit as you listen. It sounds like. Basically, it sounds like two creatures.
One hissing and one saying eyes or something.
Well, sort of. There
Shit.
seems to be some like it's not just hissing. It's like you hear articulated sounds like like that. You know, it's not
Okay,
just a random hissing.
It wouldn't be hard for me to climb a tree, would it?
Well, trees here are not what you'd call the most stable of the things. They are very bendy. You can try to climb one for
no,
sure.
no,
There is. I mean, you do see to your left there is a tree that like might be manageable. It's not that it's too smooth. I mean, the bark is rough, and you might be able to make an
Then
effort.
It's a freaking ant and probably eats me.
No, that is not an end. It's a
Can I get-
reasonably thin tree.
Okay, can I get?
Hi, Gray.
If I were to, yeah, I'm gonna try to climb the tree, I guess.
Okay.
See if I can get a better look at what's ahead.
All right, so go ahead and make a dexterity check for me, please.
Okay. Dunk, dunk, and ba-boom. 11.
Stalin. Okay, you kind of scramble up and all the way over, and then you manage to get all the way up to what looks like the top of the tree, and you're actually able to see a little bit over the top of the swamp. It's kind of nice up here, actually.
Hey,
And as
make
you
my home
look
here.
down,
Very
you
comfortably.
see a flash of what looks like maybe greenish gray. And then you hear this sound. And you start to feel the tree bending.
Oh,
So I'm going to need you to make another dexterity check, please.
he warned you.
Yes. What is it? A carnivorous tree? Really? 18.
Okay. You managed to hang on to the tree. It's not a carnivorous tree, but the tree apparently was not. I said it was pretty thin, not really designed to hold on to. Maybe you've been eating a little too much, put on some weight, but it is definitely.
cheese. Oh, I
It's
see.
definitely
The
sinking.
halfling, right?
It's definitely sinking.
sinking.
Yes, exactly. Below the half. It's not sinking like down. It's bending over. So it's like you're on the top of this tree. So the tree's like, and it deposits you right in the middle. And looking up to your left and your right, you see two creatures, about 7 feet tall, both of them,
God.
grayish green, and they're both going, and then you go bump, like right in the middle, and they're like, both of them look at you, and there's a pause.
Are they lizardmen or something else?
They look a lot like lizardmen. And they look at you. What do you do?
Well, let go of the tree first of all.
Okay, so you let go of the tree. You let go of the tree, and I'm going to.
spring up and
Well, no,
shoot
no,
me
that's
over
what I'm
the
about to say.
wow.
So I'm going to ask you to make an attack roll because what it's going to
Yes,
do is the tree is going to
exactly.
spring up. So go ahead and do that.
Yep.
Roll your die.
All right. Just a straight. What is my to hit with tree?
Well, this is actually just a straight 20-sided die. I'll do the adjustments.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll go for it. A big 6.
A big 6. Okay, so the tree goes, and the
Exactly,
lizard
kind of a
and the
fucking
lizard men are like,
distraction,
and then they look at you and they're like,
Actually, the moment they backed away or even like reared back, I wanted to
Yeah.
get up and run like hell.
okay. So you do try to do that,
Yeah.
and so you're depositing in the
Forget
middle.
your
You get up and turn.
God.
I'm going to give you one chance to do this. You're going to have to make a dexterity check as you turn around because there is a bunch of swampy land around you. You
Yeah.
are a halfling, and half the waist of a normal person is probably up to your shoulders. Yes.
Exactly.
So running is
You're
not so easy.
effectively swimming this entire time.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
awesome.
much.
So go ahead and make your roll.
Rock and roll.
Why didn't any of us let him sit on our shoulders?
A 5.
So you're like, right, and then all of a sudden it's the slow.
Back halfling.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're running really fast, and you look
I
back
think I
over your
know.
shoulder, and the lizards were there. The lizards are now like this. Like they're that much farther away. And that's the moment when you're like, this is not going to go well. All right, I'm now going to ask everyone to roll initiatives. So that means everyone's going to roll initiative. Now, the way this works is everyone is going to roll a 20-sided die, and you are going to add, typically, I believe it's your dexterity modifier to that roll, and that is going to be your initiative. That will be your order, your turn order in the round. So roll ahead and let me know what you got.
This is everybody, even those.
This is everybody, even those not involved in this situation. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're about to be
How do you
involved
do
real quick.
Can you do? I actually have a minus. There we go. Okay, never mind.
Wait, I didn't. Okay.
Ugh. A
Two.
minus
Oh,
to
thank goodness.
initiative.
Okay.
My God.
Good roll.
Wait, you have-
Okay.
That's
Wait,
amazing.
whoa. You have negative dexterity.
Oh.
Nice.
18.
Oh, Fing, nice.
Is that
Yeah,
your
I have a
hands?
minus. My dexterity is 9, so I got a -1.
Wow, that's funny.
Wait, what? You have initiative of -1? What do you mean?
He's got negative.
My dexterity is 9, so I have a -1 mod to it.
Oh, so you have an 18. Oh, I thought you
Yeah, yeah.
rolled a -1, which would mean you would implode
Oh no
or
no
something.
no 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 no!
I was like, what?
I just fell over.
Okay, gotcha. You're just like, I will never move again.
No,
Okay,
like my mod is -1.
gotcha. Okay, is that a 7?
Yes.
Okay. What else we got?
11 over.
Don Dog. Oh, sorry, you go.
Delay. Anyway, 11 on this end.
Is that
I got a 15.
Zion.
Lanix? Okay, Lanix is an 11. And John was a 15. And Sod, what were you?
14.
14. Okay. All
Who's
right.
the quickest guy in the bunch, yeah?
And sorry, Dejini, Optic, what were you?
It allows you to drink faster.
Mine was 13.
13. Outstanding. All right, let me do one other one here. Okay. That's... Really? All right, there we go. Excellent. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, so the first one to act in the round is Fing. What you hear, Fing, in the
I love
distance...
that he has the best reflexes out of all.
Yeah, I know. He's
I'm
like
not
the
even-
drunken master. No, this is drunken master. This is
I
totally
told you I
drunken
drank
master.
Like a half pound of meat before we got in here.
Oh yeah, he's doing the Jackie Chan like.
Now,
you know.
That
I don't
is
want this to get
amazing
too
to me.
deep, but that would be really cool if, building around my character, because I am having fun with this.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, a negative to if I haven't, like, drank that day, to positive if I have.
That's something I think we can build into you over time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Anyways.
sure. Okay, so yes, so you get to act first, and so what you hear in the background, what you hear in the distance, it's not that far from you actually, is you hear this. You hear the sound of him squelching away, and then a little bit past his squelching away, and then you hear the sound, and then you hear, and then you hear, and then you hear, like someone is trying to run away really fast. That's what you hear in the distance. You have no idea what else is going on, but that's
Can
it.
you one more time and make my catch that?
You forgot the hiss.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what's going on. So how far away? Like, roughly? Like, I don't know this, or...
Axe. You would guess it's probably going to take you, if you go at a full run, you could probably get there in either probably 2 rounds, a round or 2, you would guess. If you moved at top speed. So the way in action, I should say, by the way, normally a combat round works is that you have an opportunity to move and then take an action. And an action can be something like cast a spell, engage in combat, coup de grace, unlock a treasure chest, depending on the quality. Sometimes it takes longer than 1 turn.
And if you're
So-
doing mid combat, screw you.
Right. So you could essentially move and run, which would essentially be like moving twice. And that would allow you to move towards this sound. So if you want to now again, a dead run in a swamp is not quite the same as a dead run on open ground, but
It
Now-
looks a lot funnier.
yes.
Does he know, like, which way he's running back? Is there any confusion? Is there anything? Is he gonna? Will we meet in the middle somewhere, or how is that gonna work?
Well, I mean, you assume that he knows. I mean, that you'd have to ask him because he's not there to tell you. But you would know.
Well, and this is what
presumably-
I like. I want to tie this in because my guy somehow miraculously knows halfling. So what I'd like to do is cast light on myself and yell to him in halfling, run towards the light, and then take a movement towards him.
So you want to cast light on yourself. So you're asking him to run towards the light.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
In
I could probably get- I could-
halfling,
I could
while I
probably get
cast
a-
light on
Do you
myself.
actually know halfling? Because that could come
I
up
do.
later.
No, it is. Yeah.
It is
I
really?
heard
Character
draconic.
sheet, yeah.
Is that
Okay.
close to lizard?
Yes, actually, that is what wizard people speak is
I
draconic.
also know Draconic.
Ah, so that's going to be notable when you guys get a little bit closer. Remind me of that when you get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I've wanted to bring that up. I can't wait to like speak drunkenly to him in halfling one night. And just, like,
I
mumble
cannot
on.
wait until honestly, I cannot wait until we find a giant, and so I can just have a good old chummy
A
conversation.
giant language is mostly the same as English, just really loud. Hi, hello. It's like, you know, in Finding Nemo, where she's like, I speak whale. How are you? Anyway. Okay, so yes, if you want to do that, I mean, you can
That's my
cast it
plan,
now.
man. That's what I'm
Remind me, just let me remind you though that a light spell, if you cast on yourself, that means that a light spell will illuminate 20 feet and then brightly, and then another 20 feet dimly in front of you, and he is definitely farther than 40 feet away. So you know, this is again not on open ground in the dark. This is during the day, but more importantly, it's in a swamp. So he's not likely to be able to see it. I mean, I'm just
scratch the light shit. Then I'll just run toward. Yeah, I thought it was a fun idea.
You could try it. I'm just
like a Christmas tree.
this is not me telling you not to do it. This is just me telling you what you know a light spell is. That's
Just
all.
light
Yeah,
yourself
but-
up and then go underwater,
I
so
mean-
you just kind of like freak them out, like there's this
Actually-
new creature in their swamp.
Thing, boom. Actually, that's actually a good idea because I'll still see the light even if it doesn't
Yeah, that's what
illuminate.
I'm
It doesn't
saying.
matter.
I
That's
like
the
it.
point. I
I
will
like the
see
idea.
you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can
I don't
do
have
that.
to illuminate it.
I just,
Illuminate
if-
I just have to
and
spot
it's
it.
like a basic direction to run in, like
Exactly.
you know,
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Now, if you're gonna
Yeah.
cast light, keep in mind that means you're not going to be able to run and move. You can cast the spell and then like move. That's
And then I
fine, but
just
you
wanna
can't
move,
double
yeah.
move. Yeah. So that's fine.
And
You
actually, is there a different thing I could cast light on other than my stuff? And would
yes,
this have any
you can
effect
cast it
on
on an object. You can cast it on whatever you want, as long as it's
Yeah.
a physical, item. You can't just cast it in the air.
If you want.
That's right. You could do that.
Boom.
Or
I like that.
or like a tree that's ahead of you or something like that.
That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of, like touching a nearby stump.
Could do
and,
that if you
know,
want.
just yelling to him in halfling, run this way, and I'll try and meet him in the middle.
That's whatever you like. However you want to do it.
Do it on Mr. Squeakers. And
Do you can also move and then take your action. Do you want to run as far as you can?
Wait. Give me a second. I'm gonna try and be clever with this. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see my character sheet. Where am I? What did I bring in here? What did I bring in? About how far? About 40 feet?
Right, that the light will shine. Yes.
Let it shine.
Cast it on a javelin and throw that out there.
And pierce him in the back.
Oh, yeah, accidentally? Yeah, no. Oh, thanks a lot. All right, I'm gonna just pick
Message for you, suck.
Not only would you like skewer him into one and like impale him into one spot, but you'd be like having a great big beacon for all the
The
lizards.
good
Like,
news
"Come
is I found
right
Cade.
here."
The bad news is we lost Cade.
All right, I'm just gonna cast light nearby stump. Basically, tell him to run as soon as he sees the light. Run in that direction, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna take a movement towards him.
Now
Okay.
the question is, do we want to
I lost my
go
music,
towards
sorry.
him, or do we want to set up for an ambush?
Sorry,
I
people.
wanna,
lost
I
my
wanna
music.
meet him halfway. That way, if he's being chased, if he's moving slow, at least I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Instead of waiting for him to
Cleric.
potentially not make it to us at all.
Yeah,
So.
well, there is that, yeah, which is a pretty good chance because I'm probably gonna have to turn and fight here pretty soon.
Okay.
So
Not
I want to try and
forward
meet. I want to try and meet him halfway, and I'm casting light on a stump. That's,
Dive underwater, little buddy. Swim, and you'll go fast.
and you're running directly towards it, right? Like you're
Directly
running
towards
first. You're running first and then casting. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. That's what happens when you cast. Is that sound? No, not quite. Let me turn that down slightly. Okay, people are gonna know what this is, I think, in chat. All right, right. So you do that. You squelch along as far as you can go, and then you cast light on the stump, and then you yell what now in halfling?
I don't know. Keep run towards the light, and I don't
Okay.
know. That's basically it. Run
So-
towards the light. I'm on my way.
So Cade, you can't do anything with this. Not your turn yet. But what you hear
Right.
is someone shouting rather drunkenly, slurring the halfling, shouting out, "Run towards the light!" In halfling, and you.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
what you
I'm
hear.
sure I know Fing speaks
It
by
sounds
now,
like Fing's
so-
voice. It does sound like
Yeah.
Fing's voice. You look
But I
over and
can't-
see no light. There is no light at
That's right,
all. You
that's what I
can't see
figured.
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But you definitely hear him yelling.
That's enough,
um,
probably. At
Um,
least an idea.
okay. And you are actually next to act. Speaking of that, Cade. So it is. You can do something now.
Well, I'm gonna actually still try to put as much distance between the lizardman and myself as possible, which is probably not going to be.
So you're
I'm just
basically
be
going to
moving
run
as
and
fast
move,
as
like right?
Yeah,
Okay.
run, pull out. Yep.
Okay. So you were able to you're able to do that. You're able to run, and you're able to make some headway. Although we'll see how far ahead of them you can get. Right at the very end of the run, you might maybe see a glint of light through the trees, but you don't know. It may just be like a trick of the.
And that's all I figured too, because if we're in a swamp, I know it's still daylight, but it's got to be dark, gloomy, kind of.
It's
blue.
definitely
There's
gloomy.
Be some hint of light coming out of somewhere.
No doubt about that.
Unless some big creature has thrown his voice and eaten him to take his guise and going to trick me into a trap, I might as well just head for that. But
yes,
it depends on if the lizardmen get their claws on.
One sec, I'm off cam for a second. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. That's funny, Youngstrom. Okay, so you do that. And let's see. Next to act, Domdor, what's your dexterity?
My dex is 12.
Okay, so you are actually you're the next person to act.
How are you more dexterous than I am?
Wait, no, I rolled a 14, but my base is 12.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, I got you. Yeah. So you are the next to act. What would you like to do?
Yep. So I pretty much hustle it, leg it straight up there, and I also order Machin to follow me as well, full speed.
Right behind you, boss.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm very glad.
Just
that
so
she
you know,
sounds
my
excited. She's like,
movements,
finally something. Yes.
Yeah, she has her axe out. The business end looks most unkind.
Just so you know, my movement's 25 feet, if you need to know that.
Yeah, okay, that's actually, I assume, and I actually should have asked that about, also about, Foom. What is Fing's movement?
See, and that's stuff I don't have on my character sheet
I can
yet.
grab it. It's,
Humans should be 30, I think? Yeah, 30.
But he's in
Yeah.
train now, so it's 25.
So,
Okay.
right.
Same. All right.
So, okay, same deal.
Oh, he's a cleric. That's right.
Okay, so, right. Okay, so you're able to get a little farther. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You are able to get farther because you're just running. So you're actually double moving basically towards him. You hear, as you get closer, you definitely hear the sound. You don't speak Draconic, right? Domdor? You don't, yeah.
Nope,
So
don't
you do definitely hear two distinct and apparently angry creatures. You know enough to know that, like. And you also hear what sounds like the squelching of someone going, "Help!" And it's so you hear someone that sounds a lot like Cade.
Domdor, fairly
Not
frantic
again!
splashing. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
So that's the deal with that. Okay, now the next person to go is one of the bad guys. Despite your incredible movement skills, they are of course
They're
used.
twice as tall.
Yes, and they're sort of used to this. But the interesting thing,
is their turf. Yes.
yes, the interesting thing about them, though, is that there's two things that you noticed about them. And actually, you know what? Let me have you make an intelligence check, Cade.
As I was soiling myself, yes.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm having you make
I'm
it.
sorry, just questions as we go to cantrips. Those are also once per day. Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Wait, once per day? I thought they were like whenever you wanted. Like.
Oh no.
You have, there's a limit to what you can use.
Wait a minute.
Or would that be my
No, we talked
second
about
spell?
this.
Because I've already used bless, so that just took up my second for the day there, right?
No.
Because
No.
cantrips
Cantrip
don't-
is light. No. Cantrips doesn't count. Remember, cantrips do not count against
That's what I
spells
thought.
that are. Yeah, those don't cast against spells that are cast.
Yeah, those are like
Um,
free cast spells because
right.
they're so
Correct.
minor. The level 1 and up, that's when.
So you've used the bless spell, but you have one of those left. One of the level 1 spells left.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
what I was
apparently
thinking
I
of are
was-
the divine spells,
Right.
or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. What?
Apparently, I was soiling my pants in fear because I rolled a 5.
Yeah, you don't know. You just saw some really ugly scaled things that were yelling at you. So.
Getting the hell out of Dodge. or trying
Well,
to.
so this one comes at, manages to catch up to you and slashes at you with its claws. It's not using a weapon. It's just slashing at you straight up with its claws. And it is going to roll. Where's my roller? Show me my roller. Oh, it completely. Apparently, your flailing. Your flailing is such that it thus is like. And it like slashes over your head and like embeds its arm in the swamp and is like, so it gets really upset. You think you maybe hear the other lizard men going, like kind of kind of pointing. They don't seem to be too nervous about this battle with you.
See it. What'd you roll? Oh, a 1.
Yeah. Yes, that did not work out. So for him anyway. Okay. Next up on the docket is Djinni. Djinni, you are next to act. What's up? What would you like to do, sir? You see, so basically you have your bunch of your friends are hoofing it. You hear some hissing in the background, some very angry hissing of some kind, and you hear maybe the faint sound of someone yelling for help. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm yelling. Screw that.
So I'm not close
I've
enough
already
to
made
see
enough
what's
noise.
going on.
No, not chance. Not yet. Not from where you are.
Then let me head in that direction at 30 feet.
Okay, and are you basically gonna double move it? So you're just gonna go, like you're gonna move and move. So your action will be to continue to move, basically.
Yeah, to get there to help.
All right, so at that speed, you're actually able to catch up pretty much with Domdor, who's doing the same thing. And at that level, you can hear. You do speak Draconic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I have a disguise kit. Could I disguise myself as one?
Not in the middle of combat. A disguise kit is useful, but you need to be prepared. You need to use it. Like 5-10 minutes to put the makeup on. Basically, it's not like an insta change deal. Unless you want to take time to do it, but 5 minutes is going to be like most of the combat in all likelihood, because combat rounds are pretty fast.
This
show up all like
Hunger
pre-fight.
Games where you have like studio quality stuff in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, exactly. Wham! So, but you are there able to hear hissing, and actually you can make it out a little bit. One of it is, "Look at the halfling, you can't kill it," and the other one's going, "Shut up, I happened to miss. I'll kill it this time." That's basically what they're saying to each other. And you notice also that they seem a little, the sound is a little strange. Like you've heard Draconic before, and you definitely know this is not a dragon saying it. I mean, they're too small for that. But it sounds kind of like slurred or kind of weird. It's not normal Draconic exactly. It seems as if they're speaking under duress or it just doesn't sound like the normal Draconic would sound. You notice. And you also hear the shouting of a halfling also. Okay. Let's see. Next up here is, Zynal. You were next to go.
Oh, I've already got my sword out and I'm hauling ass over there.
Okay, so you're double moving as well. What's your speed, Zynal?
30 feet.
Okay.
Actually, instead of my sword, I got my bow out.
You got your bow out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So you got your bow out.
I'm trying to see how far away he is if I'm actually close enough after just one movement, if I can actually take a shot.
Okay. So you beat feet over there. And you get to the point where you are definitely not close enough to see anything. You just hear the hissing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep moving.
But definitely, I mean, they're a lot closer. You don't speak Draconic, right?
No.
Okay. So
I can talk to Foom when he's drunk and talking in Dwarven, but that's about it.
Yeah. So you just hear that's basically all you hear. Is a bunch of
Your
angry.
character speaks mead?
Drunk. It's a learned form.
Okay. So let's see. All right. So you do that. And then Solo Rain, your jaw was sort of dropped open watching all this occur, and now you're like, all right, you collect yourself.
All right. Start making my way towards the commotion.
Foom speaks Drunkonic. Yes, exactly. So.
Definitely going to be using two movements trying to get over there, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more cautiously, trying to keep some form of defense between myself, like whether it's another party member or Bree.
Somebody.
Whatever I can, something between me and the shit that's going down.
Okay.
And I'm going to be using my quarterstaff to kind of furrow my way through there, so I'm not making as much noise, just splashing through the mud.
Fucking a quarterstaff. Okay, so you're able to do that. What's your speed normally?
30.
Okay, so same as the others. So you're able to kind of you slog through as best you can, and doing that sort of double run thing.
I'm honestly picturing Inam lifting up his robe with his legs hanging skitter through the swamp.
Oh man! And so you come across Domdor and Zynal is there and Djinni is there. And I keep wanting to be like Djinni is there though. So you see him. And then right behind them, you sort of pass Fing, who's looking at his lit stump proudly. And
That's why I'm just next to a glowing stump.
You pass them, and you get to the edge of it. And again, now you speak Draconic, right?
I do.
Okay, so you hear the same thing, and you're like, so one of them is like, hit him, you idiot. It's like, I'm trying to hit him. This fool, I'll nail him to the ground.
So I can only hear them. I cannot.
You cannot see them, but you can hear them. Again, just as I told to Djinni, though, they sound weird to you, like not normal. There's some slurring or something going on that sounds bizarre. You don't know why, but that's the case. So,
Okay, quick
yeah.
little mechanics.
Sure.
question then. You have to be able to see someone to target them, right? You can't just like do a general area.
Correct, especially in an area like this. I mean, if you
what-
were walking in an open field and you closed your eyes for whatever reason, you could cast an AoE somewhere in front of you, but here there's nothing to do that to. Like, you would hit trees and, there's like, so.
Okay, so even if it's not like necessarily like a target specific spell.
Nah, yeah, but there's no.
I can't like cast it over the wall.
Yeah, no, it's not homing, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sadly. Okay. Yep. Okay, and then the second of the lizard man goes. He runs up to his friend, and he says, and so Djinni and Solio can understand this. The rest of you can't. The rest of you just hear, and you two hear, "This is how you do it, idiot!" And then he swings down at the hapless Cade. Well, we'll see if he's hapless. And that is not the one I wanted. Give me
Like
the.
another one.
Oh, 2 or 3 would be good too. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh my.
So let's see. That one is so this one. So the first one he does is he slashes down at you with his claw. Let's see. What's your AC?
14.
Okay, that is just enough to hit. So he is in fact able to hit you, and you are not going to know the damage, so I will roll the damage myself. I mean, I will tell you the damage, of course.
Well, yeah.
He does, but it's a glancing blow. He actually only does 2 points of damage to you. However, let's see here. Okay. So he hits you. When he hits you, you notice that although it's only a glancing blow, he just sort of strikes your arm. You notice that the slash in your arm burns, like really, really strongly burns. And as you look up at him, you notice that he doesn't look well. Like there's something strange about him. He's like drooling a bit, and he doesn't look. There's something off. And so you notice that. You also notice the fact that he follows up that hit with an attempt to bite you. So he actually reaches down to bite you.
Crap.
Someone's getting eaten.
Zombie lizard man. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh!
Oh, that's a crit.